We are live. I don't really need to say anything because as of right now, there's no one in the room, but people are going to come in, they'll scrub it, they'll go back, see, what was he doing? What was he doing minute 2, minute 3 when no one was here yet? But yes, I'm here. I'm getting this bad boy, bad girl, whatever you want to call it, live so I can start spreading it. GV spread it. All the gang will be joining me here in a little bit. Kirklin Pats or Taylor Field. And then I think Marvel Alliance people will be joining me. I think Chris is going to join me. And then Brent, I think, is going to be coming in maybe it's halfway or something. All depends on time zones. They got kids they're putting to sleep now, or my kids are still awake. It's early for me in this one. But yeah, so pardon my tweeting, but I'm about to share it right now and get going. But oh boy, these excuse me, these are the good times, right? These are the exciting times. This is the main event stuff. This is the stuff we're all like looking forward to all year. This is like prime geek stuff, you know. I'm very looking forward to what we're gonna be getting here. Panel starts in 12 minutes. So as this happened last time, we will be live right now doing a watch along, reacting, everything like that. And then we will do a breakdown immediately after because, as I said, not everyone will be joining at the exact same time, stuff like that. But I can't wait. I'm excited. And I have to bombard Kirklin Patzer because there's a GIF. You should go, cheap plug, go check out the DC panel that we broke down because that was tons of fun. And we discovered a lot about Zoa in the waiting. And because lots of this is, you know, there's no panel to watch, right? There's nothing to react to, stuff like that. It's just you're just looking at news feeds, looking at tweets and stuff like that. So in the meantime, while we're doing all these things, we're like looking up things. And man, the podcast has like all the trailer breakdowns, talking about Henry Cavill, Superman, all this stuff. But then actually, when we after all that, there's like the portion of the in between while we were just kind of sitting around talking, just having a good time. And yeah, just Zoa alone is worth that podcast. But yeah, it was a good time. We had some fun, looking to have some fun here. I can't wait to see what happens. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, as always, if you're in chat, hit a thumbs up. I should do some plugs. This is GeekVerse podcast. We kind of cover a whole bunch of everything in geekdom, Star Wars, Marvel, DC movies. We just reviewed Nope. We got a podcast network, and that's just gonna be joining me a little bit later. Is Marvel Alliance guys, which I'm very excited. Yeah, we do a bunch of stuff. The links down below have everything, our Patreon, everything like that. That's the best way to subscribe us. So if you like what we do and you, hey, I want more of that, legitimately, you can go into it. We talked about it at the beginning of the year, but the more you support us, the more we can create. It says, when is the Marvel panel? So as usual, they're not going to be streaming it, but it starts in 10 minutes. So myself will be reacting. I know it's just me right now. That's all lonely, but it'll be 10 minutes, and then I'll be joined by some other people as well. But yeah, it's going to be not live, but you'll have people reacting, tweeting, stuff like that. That's how you kind of follow. They've never done the live thing at Comic-Con, and I know they did like that Comic-Con HQ and they streamed like some panels, but never the main ones. I do wonder if they made some sort of price, like a ticket to, hey, pay $10 today and you can watch these panel live. I think like they can make a good little penny there because it's like, obviously someone would probably buy said stream and then just, you know, spread it around illegally. But even then, it's $10 you didn't have before. I guess the argument is, hey, you want to be there live in person. But the thing is, like, they do these panels, and then usually half an hour to an hour later, clips start to leak out, right? That happened in 2019. We got that Marvel panel of like Natalie Portman and Ali. Then it was like, okay, an hour later, we got the clips that showing all the big reactions, stuff like that. And then usually, like, maybe it's not day, but like I'd say into the next week, you start getting clips from the whole panel or just the whole panel. So I do get it because you want to be there for the live reaction stuff, but I still think people are going to, they'd still want to go to Comic-Con if it was, you know, if you had option to watch from home or be there live, because one, obviously you got media, they would go, but that's just with everything sports in general, right? Like, I'm a big wrestling fan. If I could go, like, if it did cost me nothing, of course I'd love to go, but if it was here all the time, stuff like that, I enjoy watching TV. Watching live is a way better, different experience. Like, watching live, even the worst wrestling for the most part, can be even more enjoyable. So just hearing that crowd, getting the announcement, getting that first look at something, and even if it was like on delay or something, I don't know, but no, they've never streamed them. They've always just been the tweets and everything like that. But yeah, I'm very excited. This is always a good time. What am I expecting here? Some casting announcements, probably like an actor, like we did the Alley thing. I'm not saying as big as Blade, but something like that. I don't know, a unannounced show or something like that. But Taylor Field is joining me in right now. So, how's it going, sir?
It's good. It's good.
You ready?
The show's starting at
7 minutes.
7 minutes. How about that? And so it goes for a full hour. Is that how it works?
Full hour. So we're gonna be here for a full hour. It's gonna be hot and heavy. You know what's hot and heavy, Taylor? Summer.
Yeah.
And you know what could even make it hotter and heavier is if you're not trimming your pubes, because Manscaped.com is what you want to be going towards right now. Let's get that sexy image up there. Boom. Let's get this right there. Boom. Right now, Manscaped, you go to their website and use our podcast code GVPOD. You get 20% off and free worldwide shipping. Just go there. You get a plethora of different items, creams, lip balms, guards, like the Plow, which is a shaver. So much good things. So you want to be hitting that right now, especially right now. We're about to hit that heat wave, Taylor. We're getting like 38, 39 days in a row and stuff like that. It's about to get gross. So I want to be looking good. And the same thing, like I guarantee you, these people going to this Marvel panel, they want to be looking good. Yeah, they might not be in shorts, but you want to look all good, like good all over, especially the single ones. They don't know what's going to happen Comic-Con weekend. Things could get fucking foggy wild, you know? So you want to be prepared. And whether you're at Comic-Con, whether you're at your home, whether you're with your husband, your wife, going on a date, you want to be prepared with this stuff right here. Am I correct, Taylor Field?
Oh, absolutely. Check out their website, because I was looking there the other day for some more products, and there's free shipping right now in Canada. So that's a huge plus. With our GVPOD code, that takes off again, like I think it's 20%.
20% off, yeah.
Yeah. So
and that's a
shipping,
good thing,
20%.
though, in the future, because we're with them till September. So let's say right now you don't got the bankroll to be spending it. Well, you don't got to worry about the free shipping now. You can get that all the way to September with us right now. So
Absolutely.
What would you be recommending right now, Taylor?
I'm always recommending the crop preserver. That like deodorizing cream you just rub around your gems. Oh my god, that's what I was recommending my friend actually. Like I'm not gonna say his name out of respect for his privacy, but he's just like, you know what? I've just got ball sweat and the chafing and everything. I'm like, buddy, I got the fucking perfect product for you. I sent him the links and everything. And he's like, oh, I got to get this. Like, yeah, you do. And this is the code you're going to use it for.
Well, yeah, just like his buddy, you want to do that. That's why I think we're coming on soon a year with Manscaped. And that's just because you guys, gals, whoever, whether it's present, they make product that women can use too. You guys are supporting us. So we very much thank you, because not only do you get great product, but you also support the podcast and you get great gear. So go over manscaped.com, get that podcast code now. Yeah, I did that because I kind of forgot in the DC one. So I was like, I'm going to hit that right on the top and stuff like that. So now let's get into some questions here. Caleb Richardson, and yeah, people throwing topics, stuff like that. Now, when the panel's going, if there's going to be, like, sometimes the stream there's lots of topics and everything. If you want to be so kind, you can send in a super chat that also supports the channel, but that guarantees you're going to read the question. There's times like when we did the Black Adam trailer and then it just went up a bunch. I tried to get as many as I could, but then the comments just keep going and we got to move on with the conversation. But a super chat, we will not miss, and you support it. So Super Bad Mike saying, let's do this. Absolutely. You got 4 minutes away. Caleb Richardson, thoughts on Disney not renewing their Hulu trademark for 2023 and also trademarking Disney TV? Caleb Richardson, I think this is I'm not sure if you're a viewer before, but this is definitely the first time I've interacted with you, at least on the GeekVerse stream. So welcome. And you remind me of S-Bubs. You're throwing out stuff like that I'm not even up on. I didn't even know about this Hulu TV, Disney TV thing. And to me, it makes sense. They've been starting, obviously here in Canada, it's different because like everyone was celebrating, Logan, Deadpool. We've had that for over a year now of rated R content on Disney Plus. It's just called Star, and you can turn it off for kids, but I do think it makes more sense to start combining those. Now, I don't think if they're going to make Disney Plus and Disney TV, that's dumb. They should not have two apps. They should just fold it all into one. Maybe make Disney Plus a little more expensive, or do like a grandfather sort of in app, because you don't want to lose all those Hulu people. But I think there's definitely, there's speculation that Disney's merging Hulu, Disney Plus. Yeah, rebranding Hulu Live as Disney TV. Right, they do got live content that could be Disney TV. Yeah, all these theories sound 100% accurate. Like that's what I think you should do. They obviously got the majority of Hulu, so it's just, why not just just put it together. I think it's a nicer bow instead of, oh, you got Hulu and you got Disney Plus. Like for us, it's nice that like Pam and Tommy, Prey, it's all one spot for us in Canada. Like anything that Disney's doing, just on Disney Plus, we're good to go. So I don't need to worry about getting another app and stuff like that. It's different with ESPN here. We don't have that, but like as far as that combined deal, but would you be down for that too? You think they should be merging? Obviously, it sounds like they might already, but do you think that's the right call to? They acquired Hulu. Do you think it's just good to put it all together now?
I think it's a good thing to put it all together. Again, we had this discussion, not with Snyder, that's different. It's a different thing, but with like Deadpool, Wolverine, everything we talked about earlier this week. I'm like, oh my god, because it just went over my head. I didn't realize that in the States it was so different. Because in Canada we have everything under the one umbrella, and it's so convenient, so nice having the stars in there. So just put Hulu in there, because I'm assuming in the States with Prey, that's where it's dropping on Hulu, right? It's not going, or is it going straight to Disney Plus because now they're getting Logan?
States.
Hulu on the States. Okay, so it's not, and so when you sign in Disney Plus, you get ESPN and you get Hulu in your subscription.
I think you can get them all separately, or you can get like a bundle deal over there. And a big thank you to Caleb Richardson. Here you go, get that bacon. Thank you very much, sir. Very much appreciate it. Anything helps, because we put this all like. Between this Patreon, we are just fan funded. You guys keep it going. This is a small business, but we don't got big Zoa backers or anything like that. It's all you guys and gals and everyone in between. So
you just helped get Kirklin on as soon as you did that, Caleb. So thank you.
Yeah. You paid
for the money to come in.
It's like, I'm not coming on the super chat. I have some points I want to also bring up. Panel start in a minute. Kirklin, just tell me, where did you get that GIF? How did you find that GIF of The Rock saying, "Let's fucking go and drink in a Zoa"? How did you find it?
That's what you were talking about.
Yeah. Oh my! How did Taylor not understand? So Kirkland dropped a GIF of. How did you find it though?
Zoa.
What did you search in?
Zoa.
But no, in the Facebook Messenger.
Oh, like the app you mean? GIF keyboard.
How do you get to that?
You hold down like the international keyboard button, and
What
that's
the
where you
fuck?
go to like your.
I'm so
You go your
lost.
friend's
You know
keyboard,
the
your
international
Russian
keyboard button?
No, what is it? Tell me. Explain this to me.
On your keyboard,
Yep.
you see down here, there's like the mic for talk to text or whatever.
Yeah, and there's the happy
and then
face.
on the other side, there's the little
okay.
globe. So when you click that, it'll bring up your keyboard options.
All I
So
got
you
is
can
the
set
happy
your-
face.
You have to add that in settings though, Kirkland. He hasn't added the other keyboard options.
Oh,
So
Oh,
it would just be just a happy face for him right now.
Oh, so add new
it's just a
keyboard.
happy face. I don't know what you're
And
talking
and
about.
what there's international? Is that what it is?
Yeah, let me go into my settings and check it out.
Oh, you guys might have to give me a walkthrough later, because I want to
Yeah,
add new
maybe.
keyboard, but all I have is English, Canada, Arabic. I don't have international.
Well, you go to add new keyboard
Mhm.
and you scroll down and you don't have all the countries of the
I
world.
do, but what do I add?
Whichever one Kirkland says that one is specific to for that GIF.
I don't even know how to get to the keyboard options now. My gosh.
Oh my god.
General settings.
Here we go, keyboard.
Mhm.
I have 7 keyboards, apparently. One of them is a Giphy, but I think that's like an app that I downloaded it.
Oh, okay. I'll look in
And then,
that.
and then it just adds to your keyboard.
Because I need to use that Rock. Let's fucking go and he drinks a Zoa as much. That is a GV certified GIF right there. The
Oh,
fact
it's
that
good.
The other ones are good, but like that I've seen of Rock doing Zoa, but that one's like prime. But Kirkland, we're talking about because Caleb Richardson, the panel should be starting, but he was talking about, I didn't even know this, that apparently Disney did not renew the trademark for Hulu, and they trademarked something called Disney TV. So it sounds like in the States they might be combining those. I imagine you think that's
Ooh.
a good idea. And he just drops the GIF
that's a
to
great
insult
idea.
me now. Giphy. Do you
Let's
have the
fucking
app
go.
Giphy downloaded, Taylor? Because I don't.
No, I just pull it up on Google when I need it and just drop it.
It's probably why I can't find
Really?
regular Barbosa, you know?
Oh, yeah, no kidding. You guys got to get on the.
Tell me you're told for technology. 100%, Joe. I've not unlocked half the data or half the information on this phone.
Okay,
You know?
yeah. So I have the app GIF keyboard. So right here,
GIF keyboard. Okay.
and then you add that to your keyboard.
I will
That's
do
the
it.
App
I'm not going
Store?
to do it on air. I'm not going to do it on air, but I will
Look at
do it.
that. Look at that. Avenge me. Willem
Avenge
Dafoe right
me. Okay.
there. That's good times.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's started and it's very exciting time. So Yeah, we got we'll update you as we go along. If you're in here, drop a like, drop a sub, stuff like that. First time ever. We do lots of things here at GeekVerse. We review stuff. We review all the Marvel content, like Disney Plus shows. We're doing our midnight reviews and stuff like that. We just reviewed Nope, and thank you to everybody that tuned in the DC one. That was lots of fun. Oh, that was already like over 1,000 views already. So thank you very much to everybody. I guarantee you there's some new people in there, but yeah, it's happening. Let's see. That being said, I don't know how I feel about live content on Disney Plus, which mean ads, even if you pay for the ad-free one. Yeah, it's tough, but I as long as they have an ad-free version, I'm always fine with them doing that because at least it gives me, like, I'm saying that because we're also like, we do that, but like as long as like YouTube, Netflix, stuff like that, like as long as they have the option, I'll do it. Maybe they might charge you a little more, but I do get it from the business point of view why they go about doing that. So. But yeah, we'll see. It says it's supposed to be an hour. We'll see if it goes a whole long. See if Henry Cavill shows up for this one.
I ain't got my money on that.
No, but I want that so bad. I don't know if there's anything more because I would just love to see the internet just implode. I don't care who he's playing, but just the internet implode if Henry Cavill comes out as anything, particularly Wolverine. But yeah, so Chris says he's gonna be joining us about 15 minutes. So
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. So I feel. Oh, and also I guess we could talk about while we're waiting is they dropped the Ant-Man poster, so we got kind of our first look at Jonathan Majors as Kang, even though it looks like almost every Boss Logic fan art that has been done because it's pretty easy just to put Jonathan Majors in like a blue Kang outfit and stuff like that. But
Still looks good.
I heard. Oh, yeah, it does. Yeah, and I like that they're showing off Cassie. They're showing off Cassie and everything. Get out of here, sir. This is a Marvel Alliance crossover. No. See you in the chat, sir. But yeah, so I'm excited for the poster. Well, no, I saw the poster. I like it. I like that they're showing Cassie right away. So I feel like she's going to be all in the trailer and stuff like that. I like that purple pinkish suit and everything like that. So if people didn't know, Clay he was just recording Ranger Alliance, so he popped in there to give a wave hello and stuff like that. But we got Dylan joining at 5 and whatnot, so that's why we're keeping it GV Marvel Alliance because it's we already got about 7 people and we don't want to be going 10 hours and stuff like that. But who knows? Maybe the panel will just be so good that we'll have to do it. But
Might have to.
Might have to. Let's see. He tried. Yeah. Well, that's why, Clay. Just because we got so many people already that. We don't want to go all night. We got Taylor. At some point, we got to edit, and then I have no idea what I was going to say. No idea.
Edit.
I don't know. There's something else I can't remember. Maybe it's something I don't want to say on air yet for the patrons as a surprise, so I don't want to say it yet. But what are these gifts you're dropping? Because I'm a Zoa guy.
I quickly snuck that app in there, Kirklin. That was genius.
You quickly, yeah. I can't do it on air. I gotta focus. But
we'll guide you through it.
Yeah, we'll do it tonight at some point. But Marvel panel. Let's see if anything's popped off. Maybe I know they said it started, but maybe they're getting a lot of just hype reels and whatnot. It's coming in moments. It's starting right now. So see, they're 5 minutes late. Cassie is already color coordinated to the team up with Kate. 100%.
Yeah,
I don't have much more to add, but yeah, I like the vibe.
Let's match them up.
Yeah. Taylor has to bounce for 6 minutes at
Well, you gotta keep it. I even put it in the private chat, for the private reason. You used to give me so much flack when I just be like, "Oh, I'd say something breaking the fourth wall."
We share. Yeah, we're all breaking the fourth. That's fine. We got. Is this exactly what I talked to you about last time?
What?
When I said when you said when something happened at 6, I'm like, it's okay if you leave because we're gonna have a bunch of people on. You're like, oh no, don't worry about it. Is that why? Are you going to pick up Madison? Is what I'm asking.
I'm gonna pick up Madison. I didn't want you guys to cancel the whole show. Pause it.
Oh, we were gonna cancel everything.
No,
Comic-Con's canceled.
I love that the MCU Ant-Man helmet. So if she's using that, I'm fine with it. Yeah, I like the look. I'm excited for Quantumania. I'm somebody that. I like the first Ant-Man. I love the second Ant-Man. I'm in a minority. I'm sure there's tons of people that love the second Ant-Man, but I feel like it gets dogged on quite a bit. But no, I'm excited for that. And that's the first movie of 2023 now, the new Ant-Man. So
that's nice.
Great way
I
to
just
start.
love the color scheme. It just gives me I don't know, like Power Rangers vibes almost, but like it reminds me even like Bionicles too. It's just like each like element or something like that. It's just the purple is just super super sick.
Yeah. I like
Mhm.
the 3 different colors there. I
It's
feel like
like-
the blue background's a little cheap for me, but it still looks good.
This
It's like
is
Kate
definitely
Bishop Ant-Man.
They're in like
or Ant Girl.
Walmart and like the
Yeah.
green screen, like family photos, sort of thing.
this is definitely not the poster you'll see in cinemas. Like in no. This is
Could you
just like a. They don't make another poster. It's just this the whole time.
They don't even have like the movie title. It's just like these 3 characters. It's like, what the hell is that?
Yeah. But so we got that. So clearly, I think they kind of showed their hand that they're going to be talking about that today. I think we'll get an official look at him as Kang. Like he was Kang, but the whole costume, everything like that. I think that's going to happen. So I think the guarantees tonight are above all else. You got She-Hulk because that's coming out in August. You got what is it? Wakanda. I think you're gonna get a big showcase of that, and then you're gonna get now Ant-Man. I actually thought that was maybe gonna be more D23 just because it's a bit closer. Like that's into September. It's closer to the end of the year, but who knows? So at least we know those 3. You're gonna get some cool stuff. Obviously, there'll be some. What do you guys want? What's the one thing you want the most? I think because we talked about our predictions. For me, it is. I legit I don't even want to say something X-Men related, just because I feel like that's just so inevitable. I know it's coming. I can even wait. X-Men's my favorite thing in Marvel, so I want it soon. But honestly, I've said it before. I've said it again. I want the stage to be Kevin Feige, Ryan Reynolds together. I think that's magic. I think that shot right there. And just what is the title of Deadpool? Just because I think even the title of Deadpool will give us an idea of what they're going with. So that's kind of my dream, is that we get Deadpool, specifically Ryan Reynolds, on stage. And then he introduces Henry Cavill. No, I'm joking. But no, I want Ryan Reynolds.
Fuck Warner Brothers hat or something.
You're right, the hat.
Feige's
Remember we
wearing the
talked
hat,
about that? And fuck Zoa? Yeah.
Fuck so. Oh gosh. I mean, yeah, for my want, I think that would be really fun to have those 2 characters on screen together, Ryan Reynolds and Kevin Feige. But I feel like I'm also just excited to find out what the hell's going on with Wakanda Forever. So I'm like, I know I'm getting that, but I still want it because I need to know what the hell's going on with that project. But yeah, so that would probably be my pick, other than Henry Cavill with a the fuck Zoa hat.
What about you? So you're Wakanda. I'm something Deadpool related to there. What is your one not an actual prediction, not what you're expecting, but just your big time want from this if we were to get something? Which Twitter has said apparently the panel's been starting for 10 minutes because it's still not started, so they're running a little late.
Big time want.
Waiting
I
for Cavill
want.
to come in.
I want Feige again. Like I said,
He's
Feige,
still
walk
Warhammer.
out. He's got to come out on stage. He's got to be this burst skull on fire kind of thing. No,
Right,
I want the hat to have the Ghost Rider logo on there. Just
Or he just comes out on a Harley.
or just Harley. Yeah. No, bring in him and Ryan Gosling. Have Ryan Gosling stroll out and be like, you know what? We got our Ghost Rider here. We got our new lineup for Midnight Suns. I just think that would be super cool. Give us an insight into that kind of world you're building, because I know we're getting there. Give us a little bit of hey, we're gonna have Doctor Strange, we're gonna have Moon Knight, we're gonna have Ghost Rider, and these characters kind of come together. Punisher, we're gonna
That's
go
not
there.
happening. We're not going the Punisher route.
E.
Unless it's
Minum
Cosmic
wanted him.
Ghost Rider. Yeah, E Minum. Netflix, you better uncancel that show. David Reese, Cavill walks out with Reynolds and says the hierarchy of the MCU was about to change. I think The Rock would be personally upset. I legitimately think he would be pissed. And especially they have the same agent, so no, they're not doing that.
You'd just be chugging Zoas backstage, getting ready to flip a car or something.
Just in a crowd, he's chugging Zoas at Henry Cavill. Fuck Marvel, fuck DC, and they're just they get in this.
He's got the Captain America when he's trying to be incognito hat on, but it's The Rock, so it's so obvious it's him. It's
like
6'5"
dead quiet.
monster.
They announce it's him, and all you hear is "fuck," and then everyone looks, and it's just a guy in the hat, but it's The Rock because like you said, he's so big. Everyone,
big Samoan tattoo on his shoulder.
yeah. I mean, I love Henry in the Marvel universe. I love Zoa. Fuck, man. I wonder how long the Zoa. This Zoa gag is at least going to take us a 24-hour stream now, just because we're talking about buying it for that. But
Absolutely.
and it sounds like Dylan Zim. I pitched it to him, and he dropped the Paul Rudd with the coffee cup gif and everything. So apparently there was a sizzle reel that had Stanley narrating it. So there you go, and hit them with a jump. Oh, Miss Minute's jump scare. So there you go. That Shazam too. Don't look that good. And Marissa Pickens. Well, you can check out. We did a whole DC thing, but I won't go that far. But I'm not hyped like a lot of other people, you know. So, but yeah, apparently Miss Minutes is on stage right now. So I guess maybe they'll show up some Loki season 2 stuff, maybe. But they just started filming, so that would be, I think, pretty minute and everything. Kevin Feige is on the stage. He's on the stage.
What's he wearing?
Well, who'd he walk out
Nothing.
with?
He's just the hat this year. What's up? He's
No
just a
clothes,
hat.
just the hat. That's it.
Massive heart on. Just
So
He's
excited
like-
to be back at Comic-Con.
yeah. Anybody drunken Zoa before? Fuck. Oh, what's his hat? I can't see it. It's like a yellow. Oh, someone in the chat, let us know what the hat is, because Brent just shared a tweet. Because I was on the GeekVerse Twitter last time, and I had less things like sites going on. I can't get a good photo of this hat. I
Is
don't
it
know what
Miss
it is.
Minutes on the hat?
Oh, is it? That's lame. That's a very.
I'm gonna put my money on that.
Yeah,
That's
that's a good guess.
That's the crowd ender. That's the movie Miss Minutes. You know.
Miss
so.
Minutes. In theaters near you.
Anyone tuning in must feel like I just hate Shazam because I just look. I just have still his Shazam don't look good comment. I should just keep that up the whole stream. Shazam 2 don't look good. All the Marvel stream. No, I'm joking. But yeah, enhance. I don't know what that hat is. You know. So
It's like, how would you describe the Comic-Con weekend? Shazam 2. Don't look that good.
Matthew saying, I'm waiting for Marvel to open the portal to DC Universe and end the bow to Marvel and DC heroes. I'm not saying it's happening in the next 10 to 20 years, but I'm saying at some point I think it'll happen. My theory is always like right when the comic book boom's finally dead and people are starting to give up on them, that's the last hurrah of like, what could we do? And the companies, all you got to do is just get together. Of course, the financials would be crazy. But all you got to do is get together, talk a little, split it 50-50, and we're good to go. Foggy says Phase 4 is over. So what it ended with? It ended with what? What did it end with? What did we just got? It ended with Miss Marvel, or is he just saying probably it's
Thor: Love
like,
and Thunder.
Thor: Love and Thunder? Oh, really?
So refresh your Twitter on Discuss.
I got it.
Have an image. There you go.
No, but then I see someone saying She-Hulk and Black Panther will close Phase 4. I'm seeing a bunch of so Black Panther is the conclusion to Phase 4. That's interesting. So no more Fantastic Four in Phase 4.
There you go.
There you go. So
Fantastic 5.
we got a new member,
Yeah.
Miss Minutes. Okay, that shows because remember they never ever said what the end of it was. We just all presumed that
Yeah.
Fantastic Four was the phase, and now Phase 5 is kicked off by Ant-Man and Quantumania. So there you go. Well, we're gonna obviously talk about a big breakdown when everyone gets on here. Secret Invasion is gonna be premiering in spring 2023. So okay, the Fan 5 stick. Oh fuck, Sawbones Sanchez. Good to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. I'll never. There's some just YouTube names and Twitter names I'll never forget. You know, Sawbones Sanchez is one of those names. So, Chris, I'm not sure if you just saw that they announced that Phase 4 is ending this year.
I literally just saw that tweet as I'm logging in at that point. So Black Panther is the end of Phase 4.
Blade coming November 3rd, 2023. Confirmed. Let's
All
fucking
right.
go. Let's go. Good. And
So
it's-
I mean that means like as Brent and I had talked about on the show, those casting announcements are going to come hard and fast because that means the summer film. That means the end of summer, beginning of the fall filming is confirmed.
They're filming in October, Blade is. That's what's
Okay.
happening. So there you
Nice.
go.
That's a quick turnaround. October 2023 to release. November
Pickens,
2023?
don't mess with me. When he said Wong and I saw
Cap-
Disney Plus, but Wong
Captain America New World Order is the title of the Sam Wilson.
So that's interesting because that's a part of those trademarks that came out yesterday that were
Yes.
So and Multiverse Saga I 100% believed because that just to me makes sense of what they're doing. So that means we could begin that Secret War even if it's not tonight or at D23. That Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty could be very very real.
Oh,
Like,
I would say that basically says that's a real thing.
Out of
I'm
that
quite confident.
out of that first one we saw, it was already 3 out of the 5 trademarks confirmed. So so that I wonder if Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty are going to be like a. So and Daredevil confirmed.
Oh.
Man, they're so Born Again.
Oh my gosh! Wow!
Oh, and
You
this
gotta
is
be
why we're
kidding
here.
me! This is amazing.
We got our first wall there. Look at that, Daredevil Born Again. Let's go.
Let's do it. Brent and I
Oh.
just covered that on Comic Book Club.
Yes, go check out.
Yeah.
And again, everybody that was saying Blade was gonna be called the Blade, it's not. It's just Blade. It's just
It's
Blade.
the Blade, like the Ohio State.
Yeah, like no one like they never ever once said the Blade, and I don't know.
The
it was just-
Blade.
And plus, Deadline's the one that put that, and we saw how well Deadline scoops are going today. So
Henry Cavill's walking on that stage, right?
he's going to be
better.
playing Elektra. Okay. So
Don't do that. No, don't do that.
We got
Wow,
Agatha.
Phase 5 ends with the Thunderbolts.
Really, that's an interesting choice.
I don't know. That's coming from Illuminati, so it just came across my feed, so not sure.
Agatha is winter. They're not sure about Agatha. Agatha's 2023/2024. So they're like, yeah, I guess it's gonna start in the idea is kind of like what Mando did that one year, start in the winter and then end in the new year. But look at that, we already got our wall going on right there of Phase
looks
5.
good.
Yeah,
I like
I
that
love
Guardians
the
of the
good.
Galaxy.
We got to pull that up on the screen so we can all like kind of
I'm
see that.
popping it right now.
There you
Pop
go.
it.
There you go. So that's a nice looking Phase 5. So
All right, so what do we got?
Thunderbolts will be capping off Phase 5. That's so interesting. That I'm excited to talk about that in depth.
So when does Thunderbolts come out? Is what they're
It
saying?
has no date as of right
Okay.
now. And now we're going to the She-Hulk. Daredevil Born Again will be 18 episodes long. Oh
What?
my god!
18 episodes.
Oh my god!
What the? That is 18
goodness.
episodes?
18 episodes long. None of that 6-episode event. Let's go.
18 episodes?
That's
Oh
even
my-
longer than the Netflix show, though. That's crazy.
That's longer than any kind of Netflix series. What are you kidding me?
Oh, that's back to that's CW network TV 22 episodes sort of stuff.
I don't know how I feel about going from one extreme to the other. I mean, I know it's Daredevil,
Yeah.
so I'll take it all. So I'm a little.
But at least the good thing is with Disney Plus, though, some of those could be like only half an hour, though, right? Like some of them with the credits and everything. So we could have shorter ones. But yeah, I am torn. But
Where's that 18 episodes coming from? Because I'm just catching up.
discussing film, and I think BD tweeted
Okay.
it as well. A
right.
bunch of people
Yep.
are running with it, so it looks like it's happening. Yeah, I agree with you, Chris.
Wow.
That's interesting. But yeah, we'll save that obviously for the cast. But that's 18 episodes. Now, maybe it's also just because 2 years ago we lived in a world where I wasn't sure if we're getting Charlie Cox, and now when you tell me I got 18 episodes of Charlie Cox, I'm like,
18
Yes.
episodes. Oh my gosh.
oh man.
Echo streaming summer of 2023. That fits.
Yep.
Loki season 3 summer 2023. So wow.
They're echoing like last year. That was the summer show, right? So
Mm-hmm.
when Captain America's getting that May slot because that's their big, like May
Yep.
is their big time. So
Well,
they're
that would fit.
looking at,
I want to equate that to Winter Soldier. That was a big one for when that came out in May of that year.
Super Bad Mike says 10 is the magic number, and that's what we're gonna have to see, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because hey Taylor, take that down now because when I put up a super chat, I just blocked Chris.
Oh,
But 10, it's interesting. So I want to hear the pitch though of what Daredevil is. So like if it's Born Again, that's a huge story. Which it's funny they kind of covered in season 3, but I want to hear the
Yeah.
pitch because if we have lots of characters, then I could see it being bigger. But to me, it being 18 sounds so specific. I feel like there's a reason. But again, it's Joe, 10-minute episodes apiece. But I do feel like you'll get a couple of those that are just half an hour, something like that. Not the full almost hour that Netflix was. But Nicholas wants a new
It's
Spider-Man
really
movie.
interesting in the sense of if that's going to be the first one that is literally blowing off the doors of the 6-episode, 9-episode, 9 episodes we're getting with She-Hulk. Is She-Hulk confirmed 9 episodes?
I think so. Yeah, I'm
Okay,
pretty sure.
so She-Hulk and WandaVision were both 9 episodes at that point, both similar in the sense of comedy/dark comedy. Everything else has been 6. That's going to be the big question now to Marvel is like, okay, now you're finally anteing up and saying not everything has to be 6 episodes. Well, yeah, I mean, bring it on. I think we're all are outside of a few people on. I think Taylor, you haven't watched Daredevil Netflix.
no, it's on the list.
You got 2 years. You
got 2 years, yes.
Yeah.
I gotta catch up
Good.
as well.
I still say if you two watch it, just even though there was reviews, do a retrospective YouTube. It's
should
on
do it. That'd be
Patreon.
I'm
fun.
down when you're down. too.
Yeah, that'd be
Every
so fun.
episode's 10 out of 10.
Because me and Dylan review them, so it'd be great for us to listen to you
That would
guys
be
review them
funny,
and stuff.
yeah.
So.
Oh, here we go. Agatha has been retitled Coven
Just
of
Ag-
Chaos.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's for winter 2023-2024.
Loki season 2 next summer.
Yeah,
I
I could see Agatha being bumped to 2024.
They even think that way.
Yeah.
they have the slash. Honestly, like I guess it's a good time. I think they could have been fine with just calling it Agatha. But that's fine. The Coven thing.
Let me ask you this. So it seems like on this whole panel here, all the shows have rough gauges.
Oh,
but then all
She-Hulk
the
trailer just officially released.
all the movies have specific dates. Do you guys think that the shows are subject to being shifted around a lot as opposed to
I
the
think
films?
so. Yeah. I think that just depends on schedules, time. Where the movies, with Disney Plus and TV, you could release it at any point, right? Technically, they could say, you know what, tomorrow we're going to release every episode of She-Hulk. With theatrical, you can't do that. You got to pick a date. You got to stick to it. You buy that date and stuff like that. Joshua Wright says super optimistic for Daredevil, but I just feel like quite a lot of episodes. Hopefully, they don't overdo it. I think that's everyone's fear right now, right? As 18 episodes, but
And Brent and I really talked about that on our last episode of talking about slowing down, not in the sense of we don't want content,
18, boom.
but in the sense of
Yeah,
the number of things released. It's almost like, why are you panicking? I know you want to be in the conversation. I know it's all about like being appropriately placed, but now we just entered a new era of Disney Plus where Star Wars and Marvel, two completely different in the sense of like categories of shows between Miss Marvel and Obi-Wan. But now we're also doing the same thing in August with Andor and She-Hulk, two categorically different types of genres. Again, I give the very big edge to Andor just because of the style of what the show is going to be about. But
there's another one that's 12 episodes too. That's playing with it as well, Andor. So, we're gonna be silent here for a second because I think we're all gonna watch the She-Hulk trailer. It's out.
Yeah.
So, chat, keep popping. Right, Hulk smash your mom. They aren't going to announce Spider-Man without Sony. And I agree, you're not gonna get a Spider-Man
correct.
today. Yeah,
that's not happening.
All right, so we're gonna watch the She-Hulk trailer. But yeah, chat, go ahead, pop off, and then we'll come right back and everything like that. We won't bring it up right now because we'll have no sound if we watch it that way. So. Okay. Very interesting. Oh. Oh.
Oh, they did
very
it!
nice.
They did it! They did it!
Oh boy. All right, Taylor, what I'm going to get you to do right now. Actually, no, we'll see. No,
Ah.
not that one. Not that one.
Wow. I can't believe they revealed that at the end. Oh my gosh.
That was looking very Netflixy too. That suit. Like,
Yeah.
Daredevil. Oh shit.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff right there, man. That trailer, everyone's excited
Wow.
to watch till the very end. Trailer watching. I'm
That-
gonna be watching the She-Hulk trailer that just dropped. Oh yeah.
Oh, we just got our first look, and yeah, that's a suit.
Oh yeah.
we need to
that's
get
very
we need
nice.
to get a good screen grab of that. They're coming up pretty fast
Oh
because
yeah.
I don't know if that's full yellow.
It's just his abs. It looks like even I don't know if it's yellow. It looks like it could just be a light because it's silver. But even then, it's just his
Yeah.
like armbands. It's not even like the full suit is yellow.
Official logo, Born Again. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's an appropriate title for the series, Born Again. At that point, it's very appropriate.
100%. Yeah, it's great.
The title's great. I mean, it's kind of like Spider-Man: Homecoming. You're coming back to MCU. You're Born Again. But didn't they pull a whole lot from Born Again in season 3?
Yep.
But
Yep, but-
it's
yeah.
fine. They didn't pull everything.
I was
It'll
gonna
be
say
remixed. It's fine.
they didn't pull everything. My favorite line of "he didn't sign it" was not in it. Like that big moment I was waiting for. So there's still stuff they could.
And I'll tell you what, this is also a very different Kingpin too from where we left off in Hawkeye and where we're heading to in Echo.
Oh yeah.
So
But yeah, also we'll break it down the full podcast. But I really like that
Wow.
trailer. That's what I'll say. I really
That-
like that trailer.
that-
Even without Daredevil at the end, that really got me excited. And I think she was looking better as well.
much better.
Too. Yeah.
much better.
Overall, definitely looking better.
Tatiana's gonna get a whole lot of extra new fans from Orphan Black. Oh my gosh, so excited.
Ooh, I like that Guardians Galaxy 3 logo. I guess that makes sense because it's Adam Warlock, right, with the gold. So-
Secret Invasion, Colby Smothers is back on for Secret Invasion. She's on stage right now.
Oh,
Good.
sorry, I'm still stuck on Daredevil.
No, it's fine. In my mind, I am.
I'm so happy.
Charlie Cox is all over the place. He's in Spider-Man TV show. He's getting 18 long episodes. He's getting a She-Hulk showing. Good for him. Good for him, man.
Cox for everybody. Cox for
yeah,
everybody.
Cox for you, Cox for me.
I'm still scratching my head as like I'm more impressed in the sense of Thunderbolts closing out Phase 5 for 2024. That is a quick phase we're going through.
Yeah, they heard everyone's complaint of like the phase is too long. It's too long. What are you doing? But I'm very Thunderbolts. That catches me off guard. I'm happy. Obviously, we knew what was happening.
That
but-
says to me, I know it says New World Order for Captain America 4, but that says to me some interesting things are about to close out that phase. That phase to me says an Empire Strikes Back kind of ending of a phase. That's a changing of the guard that is not going to end well for the heroes.
I could see that. Oh yeah, just goodness right now. That's it's already. You could end the panel right there. We're done. We got the
No, we just need
Yeah,
two movies.
I'm satisfied.
Two movies. Two movies. That's all we talk
Okay,
about.
I got 2 screenshots that I took of Daredevil here, so we can see.
Nice.
First one is this guy. It clearly looks
okay, I
like
didn't
red
see
and
that.
yellow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
red
it
and yellow.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I got like the more frontal shot here. We
Okay.
can see just the armor a little bit more.
Frontal of Cox. Perfect.
Sizzle reel being shown of Secret Invasion.
And it's funny. I was just about to Don Cheadle's War Machine. Yeah, I'm glad he's come back. I was just about to say what Clay was saying down there. There's no Fantastic Four on that wall. Yeah, so it's that's
Well, here's the thing. I will say that this is their slate they're ready to announce right now. Again, D23, we have
Yeah.
heard all the rumors that they're coming. They want to put that out there for D23. So it doesn't mean that there's not a slot they can fit that into for Phase 5.
they did that with Moon Knight and She-Hulk and everything,
Yep.
right? Remember they did that at Comic-Con and those were part of the phase. So 100%, yeah, you're 100% right. And I think we all felt that they were going to say that for D23, so that makes sense. Plus, I think they still want to wait till they got a director to.
Yeah, I think they have their director. I think that's a done deal right now. I still think casting is still underway.
But I just want to look at that slate because I'm trying to see if it were to fit in somewhere. Where could it happen? They're showing
Yeah,
exclusive
we need some dates.
Secret Invasion trailer. Okay, so we might not be getting that, but that's okay. Things happen, and I'm sure we'll give it a couple hours. It'll be out there.
Well,
but
we
like,
know they're
so,
closing out with Black Panther. We know that for sure.
oh yeah, no, I was just looking at the dates though for the movies. So Blade, you got 2023 November, and then after that. Oh yeah, and then you got May. So there's no movies. There's nothing else announced in 2024. So that's probably where Fantastic Four is then, because if there's something in May, and then they have nothing else for summer for 2024, they got nothing else for fall. That's probably one of those slots.
And considering with Watts leaving, what that put them in behind at that point, that makes the most sense and gives them the time to do it.
Yeah. Good time.
Excellent and claustrophobic. He definitely spelled claustrophobic wrong, but
That's okay. I probably couldn't spell it for you right now.
I couldn't either.
You got to spell it with dictation. That's how you do that.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Catherine Noon's on stage right now, which new addition to the MCU. She was she was the recast of the Ant-Man.
I would have to say, we're just gonna. It's one of those roadie situations where she looks nothing like the cast that we saw in Endgame.
No,
Absolutely nothing even close. But we'll just. She's here. We'll accept it.
Yeah, hair dye's a thing. Colby Smulders was saying, like Kevin said,
and completely change over in the face.
yeah. It's a darker show. It's a bit of a guessing game. Who's a Skrull, who's not, and that makes sense. Playing off the whole Secret Invasion.
I still remember that summer of when that series was coming out, and the revelation about, for spoilers for a God knows how old series at that point, when at the time Spider-Woman was the big revelation that Spider-Woman was a Skrull and dead.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like, again, who do you trust? Who's a Skrull?
I think they'll definitely do that with some character, but I think that they won't be anyone too major. Superbad Mike says no X-Men either. Same thing. Now here's the two things where this panel's not over. I'm not saying it's going to be X-Men, but I guarantee you they're going to do the one more thing, whether that is a star or a movie. So just because they showed this phase now, all you have to do is look back up there. We got a bigger one, or it's D23.
And here's the thing I will say to that: there's a reason they put Miss Marvel where they did. There's a reason they put before all this. I will free cup of coffee in the break room for everyone. That.
Well, that's the kicker, right? I mean, all these things. Sure, you have the title Secret Invasion, Marvel's Agatha. Doesn't dismiss the fact, hey, X-Men could be appearing in all of these things. Like we got Reed Richards in Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness. So who's to say we don't get the X-Men in this?
You never know.
Very easy. You don't have to put it on the slate. You just say, we're coming.
Well, look at Daredevil. When She-Hulk was announced 3 years ago now, we didn't think Daredevil was going to be in that at that time.
Maybe they didn't even know at that time.
They may not even know. Legitimately, they may not have known.
In 2019, when they did the slate reveals, they added stuff to it later with D23. I don't think Spider-Man No Way Home, I'm pretty sure, was not listed on it.
No.
If it was, then I'm just misremembering it. But it will evolve. Things will get added to it.
Well, and even then, you look at I guess not. No, 2023. At the time, we thought, like, when they announced X-Men and those other shows, we thought that was Phase 4. Obviously, it's not. But still, that was stuff that just got announced on a D23 day as well, right? Later on. So they got D23 day. They got D23, they got Disney Plus day. They got D23. They got Comic-Con. They spread it throughout the year as far as times to hit that mainstream news and just like, come on, you want to talk about Marvel? We got some for you.
That title drop was labeled with all those other trademarks. It was Avengers Secret Invasion, right? This is just called Secret Invasion on this.
Well, no, that's Secret Wars. You're confusing them.
Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, explain to me the.
It's gonna be like Civil War to Infinity War. That's what we're doing. Secret Wars is gonna be like the big maybe multiverse Avengers team. Invasion will be the Skrulls when they're like posing as our heroes or characters we know and love.
And it's interesting if I'm reading the tea leaves, Secret Wars coming before the Kang Dynasty.
That's what I would assume.
Did they say Secret Wars?
No,
they haven't said anything yet. I'm just reading the kind of what the trademarks that came out supposedly yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, because we talked about that, Brent. Remember the New World Order was a trademark, and that got confirmed today. So 3 out of those 5, that as far as the big ones yesterday, have been confirmed now. So obviously Thunderbolts, we knew that, but okay, maybe I'm speaking out of my ass. Multiverse Saga has not been confirmed, but I just think that
was a weird one when I saw that trademark. I was like,
see, I don't think so. I think that perfectly encapsulate like what they're doing. And if Secret Wars is like the end game or just like an Avengers movie, if this is the Multiverse Saga from Phase 4 to 6, to me that makes sense of what they're playing with and everything.
No, it just I agree with what you're saying. It's just how Secret Wars, Kang, and then Multiverse is like, wow, we're going to take 3 movies to kind of deal with it. That's going to be interesting.
No, I think the Multiverse Saga is just what they're going to call like the box set.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah,
okay.
like the same way
Makes
the
sense.
Infinity Saga.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I follow you now.
Yeah. But hey, I'm down for 2 movies of Kang even. I'm down for 1, but if we're getting 2.
But it also kind of equates to Infinity War, which it was really, that is a arc, but that was the end of the trilogy. or no, that was the middle part of the trilogy of the Infinity Saga, and Endgame wasn't even connected to the comic trilogy. So
I could see this panel ending with part 1, Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty. I agree with you, yes, Bubs, because
Yeah.
I had said before, I didn't know if we were going to get 2. I did think we were going to get the next Avengers announced just because of Feige, whether it was last month or whatever, when he's like, you're going to see the bigger picture. Now with these trademarks, I could see that especially going on right now, but I just feel like at least one Avengers movie should be announced probably. I feel, but you never know. What is up right now? Oh, they're showing Quantumania stuff right now, right? Hopefully we get like our first really good look at
They're showing footage of it.
Okay, there you go. So
Did they
someone's
release it?
someone will take a photo.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen. I don't think that one will get public. I think like She-Hulk will get public, and I do think we'll get the Wakanda one public. I don't know about. I don't think the other ones, but in an hour they'll be online. Don't worry.
Yep, we'll just have to grab them before they get struck.
Exactly. Yeah, you watch the nice grainy version, but
So they haven't really said exactly anything specific about New World Order.
Yeah, I know. I'm hoping. Obviously, what was the day on that? May. So May of next year, right? Or no, May. 2
May
years
3rd,
now.
2024.
Oh, they got tons of time then. They probably won't say much then. I was kind of. I just even want just a snippet of. Like the plot, but New World Order. Okay, that's fine. We got 2 years.
Again, that is the time to bring back something Red Skull.
I agree.
Something. Sin, whatever. Like
Just something
that,
related.
Yeah, something Red Skull is coming back.
What was the name of that organization you said, Travis? We were talking about a long time ago. That kind of like comes in after Hydra.
Oh, it was a rumor going around of the plot. Yeah, it was they were like a Hydra adjacent group. Oh, I can't remember the name of them. They took some ideologies from Hydra, but not exactly. I'll have to find it up. So, oh man, and yeah, we'll see. I would love to know the official Thunderbolts roster. That's gonna be fun as Superbad.
Well,
Mike. That's gonna be fun when we get that. Obviously, it's gonna be a ways off, I think now because it's 2 years, but still, that's gonna be a fun Comic-Con or D23 when we get that.
We know some. We obviously know some.
Yeah.
Just understanding who's out there right now.
I think Zemo's a lock to me, and I think somehow I think Yelena is a lock because it feels like every time we get a rumor about Thunderbolts, Yelena's like linked to it, and that with Val and everything. And plus, I hope John Walker is a lock because I want John Walker so bad.
John's a lock at that point because I'll tell you what, from the collected edition side, the 3rd volume of Thunderbolts is just released. They have pumped those out in the last year, pushing Thunderbolts. So,
nice.
And yeah, Zemo's a lock because that is the big. Without revealing, Brent will come back. His computer froze. You said,
Sure.
that is the big surprise of the first arc of who these Thunderbolts really are.
People are saying Ant-Man footage looks great. Kang looks menacing. That's Jonathan Majors. I'm not
Nice.
surprised, So, Mutants for phase 6, or where they squeeze them in phase 5, says Hulk smash. I think you'll get something in phase 5. It's kind of like Taylor's doing that. You might get a little sprinkle, and then I think phase 6 may be, especially the way it is now. Because at first, when I thought phase 4 was still these
MODOK.
movies, is a little bit different. Yeah, that's okay. That's confirming a rumor. And the other rumor around that is that Corey Stoll is playing MODOK. I don't know if they'll confirm that right now.
Oh
but
God,
the
that would
rumor.
be the nicest, coolest transition for a variant.
Yes. Well, and even then, you might not even have to make him a variant because he just like disappeared, right? Like he got so small. So what if he like went in somewhere else?
The effects of the quantum realm.
Yeah. So that's like either way, I'm happy Stoll's getting another shot because that Yellow Jacket villain is not too great in the first.
He's such a great actor, such an outstanding actor.
But that makes sense.
what he's doing on Billions, man. What a it's a lot to live up to. The previous antagonist in Billions. But man, he's doing a good job in taking that season on by his own. I'm very impressed.
Bill Murray's confirmed. Okay, we've heard that rumor before.
He admitted to it too.
Yeah,
he basically said as much.
So we're getting a lot of these rumors confirmed because we had heard MODOK for a while, and then we've heard Bill Murray for a while. So some C tiers getting some stuff right. So good out there. But
Yeah, we need a track who got this stuff right so we can watch them more in the future.
you'll know. Every scoop will be like, we said this July.
That's true.
Yeah, and we're the most trusted source now in the world.
Well, that busts my whole thing. I've been the one promoting the whole idea of Phase 5 as the mutant. So oh well.
Well, I don't think you're wrong in thinking when we thought those other films were phase 5 as well. Because to me, this is the same thing I thought, or phase 4. I thought we'd for sure get mutants in phase 5. But now that the stuff that we already had announced, like Blade and everything.
Jonathan Majors is in the building.
Yep.
He was, yeah. And now Gunn's talking about Squad now, so there you go. But I'm not. The whole phase thing has shifted now for us, just because those movies were not, to us, shown to be, hey, this is also part of phase 5. So phase 6 mutants, and even then, I don't think they're going to do this. But even if they wanted, they could end phase 6 with this whole multiverse thing, and people were going to hate me saying this. You could save mutants to phase 7 if you really wanted. Like you could hold off.
Oh my gosh! Don't kill me like that, man.
They could hold off because
They
the good thing is
could.
they know X-Men is another solid 10 years of content. They can bust that out at any point.
I
Now
know.
they got the animated show that quenches the thirst for a little bit, but
That doesn't quench the thirst of the GA. You know that.
James Gunn says it's the end of the era of Guardians in the MCU
Yeah, it's
until they
nothing
make
new.
Guardians 4. You might not be directing it, James, but they'll.
Oh no,
but,
he's done. He's DC's boy
yeah.
now.
Oh yeah, but Feige says there was a very particular reason Ant-Man and King are kicking off Phase 5. Okay, says David Reese. So makes
But
I wonder
it
why.
makes sense. It makes
Yes.
complete sense where they're leaving us at that point. This past phase was the hints of the multiverse. Doctor Strange basically broke it open with the idea of the incursions.
But Chris,
And-
people keep telling me there's no plan. The Marvel has no plan. They have no direction right
No,
now.
they
That's
we
what I
just
keep hearing.
no. It's not about. It's like you couldn't figure out the plan at that point. I don't. In the beginning, the first couple of things until we got to Loki, we really didn't understand what the plan was.
Yeah, but I was talking. Oh, go ahead, Brent.
Did you guys talk about the Agatha name?
Yeah, we did.
I
the
mentioned it.
Covenant or whatever.
I just saw that Covenant Chaos.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so much news going. It's just like,
How's the guy supposed to keep up with this?
yeah.
Good thing we've got time to talk about it all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sawbone Sanchez, do you guys think we'll be hearing about the alleged Midnight Suns project at D23?
Brent and I had talked about how
Mm-hmm.
D23 might be more focused Disney Plus shows than movies.
I hope they're not, because I don't want Midnight Suns on Disney Plus. I just feel like for me,
I
want-
just said
yeah.
I just said like focused. Didn't say
Oh,
that
no.
it wouldn't be. Yeah.
I agree with you. It's almost like, what are we waiting for now? Because I think what we are waiting for, though, and why we might not hear about it yet, is this could be an after Blade thing, Midnight Suns, and they may hold the same way. Like, I agree with you. You guys were talking about some Marvel Alliance, where I think Miss Marvel will get a season 2, but hang on until after the Marvels. Same thing with Blade. Wait until Blade comes out, and then boom, Midnight Sun. So I think Sawbone Sanchez not this year, other than maybe just like a logo drop. But look at Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts has been rumored for like 3 years, and we just got like the actual logo and confirmation this movie's happening. So I think Midnight Suns, they'll wait till after Blade, because I think he's kind of the. I think he's, with it being Ali, he's going to be kind of the de facto leader, in my opinion. Like,
I mean, we already know one of the members is going to be Mr. Black Knight. So
yeah, and then maybe Moon Knight, and then stuff like that. So I think you got some time. So
we get greedy when we start getting all this good stuff.
yeah, Phoenix Sense. I don't think we'll get the Fantastic Four release or cast of D23. Yeah, we were all kind of subscribed to that and everything. It was 18 episodes of Midnight Suns. Would you take it?
If it has a Ghost Rider, right, Taylor? If it has a Ghost Rider?
Oh, absolutely.
Ask me after I see Daredevil Born Again how this 18 episodes goes. But honestly, I'm more open to it just because.
Wait, was that real?
Yes,
Yes,
that's real.
it's
18
real.
episode. That is confirmed.
I thought that was a parody.
No,
for
it's real.
sure.
It's real.
Nope.
Multiple accounts, they announced it.
They're real and they're
Yeah.
fantastic, Brent.
So
my
it's
God.
much like Chris
I
was
can't
talking about,
handle
where
that.
like I've been someone that's a big proponent of, hey, the 6 episodes has been very it's put a lot of strain on some of these shows for my point of view, and I think for others too. Now 18 episodes is complete flip of that. Like, okay, you don't want a rush finale? I'm not
mean-
getting a rush finale with 18 episodes.
I said, use the episode count you think you need, but
Yep.
man, they better not freaking wait till episode 17 to give us a damn costume. I'm gonna say that.
Well, he has in She-Hulk now, Brad.
Yeah,
We're good to go.
She-Hulk. Yeah, we got that first costume.
It's
Like,
gonna
not
be a
even-
different costume, you know it.
We know.
He loses it first episode and he's back to
Every
like, the-
project they get new costumes. Almost all of them.
Yeah, so now people are watching Guardians footage. So there you go.
Chris, your Iron Man 2 gif is fucking hilarious. Oh my god.
I love it. I saw that. I was like, yep, that's facts. Those are facts.
That's terrible. Like the whole, the what was it? The
It was-
ex-wife, right? That's
yeah,
what
the
it was called?
ex-wife. Yep, the ex-wife.
The bunker buster.
Yeah. Oh, that's
I
a good
enjoyed
one.
the trailers. I'm just saying there was not much more than that.
Yeah, it's tough, but we knew Marvel was gonna do this, right? They always come out,
there-
they're packed.
Gamora's in the trailer of Volume 3.
Damn, they spoiled. No, I'm joking.
She's alive.
Yeah.
The variant's alive.
Can't believe it. I can't believe the plot line they've set up in Endgame is what they're going to follow. I didn't see that coming. But yeah, no. Can't wait for more Guardians. You know, it's going to be a good time. And that's getting that May slot too. That's the big send off for them. So Captain America and Guardians getting the next 2 May slots, which I feel like they always view as like their big main event of the year. So that's big. So
Did they say anything else about the 18 episodes?
nope, just it's 18
Like
episodes.
just 18. That's
And Feige threw the mic in the crowd. No.
18 episodes, 18 weeks in a row of 4 a.m. wake up call. All right, I'm in. Do it.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
all you had to say was
Taylor's
Daredevil,
face.
Brent. Whether 18 or 2 episodes, you'd be up at 4 a.m.
Absolutely.
Oh, so there you go. Look who's the high
Confirmed.
evolutionary there.
Yep.
That's the actor Chudwick Iwuji, I think it's how you say your name. I'm probably not because I'm terrible at names, but he's the guy that was in Peacemaker.
Yep.
And James Gunn has been saying ever since then, like, wait till he sees in Guardians, and he does a fantastic job. So that makes sense. He's the high evolutionary. He was great in Peacemaker, so bring it on, you know? That's great. Who's John Cena playing, though?
You can't see him.
Oh, yeah, true. Him and Drax are going to have an invisible face-off. Oh, man. But, yeah, well, great stuff. It's a good day already. Like I said, I was already set by that Daredevil Born Again 18 episodes. Everything else is great. So,
Yeah.
Ooh, Gamora is the head of the Ravagers. That's fun. That's a fun little
That
nugget.
fits because of where she came from.
Mm-hmm.
That in that timeline, at what point she was taken.
Oh, God, look who's Cosmo's in this. They've confirmed Cosmo the dog.
That's good.
Maria Bakalova, she's the one that played Borat's daughter in Borat 2. She's actually a phenomenal actress. I don't know why she's playing a dog, but we'll see what happens.
Stars as Cosmo. Well,
Oh,
we did see Cosmo at the. I'm glad I'm making your day, Taylor.
Yeah, we did see Cosmo in What If, right? So
Yes. No, we saw Cosmo actually in the end credit scene of Guardians.
Yeah, but isn't he in What If also?
oh right, he
Yes,
was. In,
he is.
Yeah, I
Yep.
forgot about Guardians. Yeah,
Yep.
apparently Guardians 3 trailer was set to Flaming Lips. Do you realize? Sets up a doomed love story, shows Will Poulter as a Warlock, teases origin of Rocket, and more. Total Film says this is the most emotional Guardians yet. Oh, we're gonna cry because they're killing off multiple people in this movie. I 100% think it's gonna happen. Of course, someone will survive and go on, but there's gonna be lots of deaths in this movie. And
Scott Lang's book, Look Out for the Little Guy.
look out for the little guy. There you go. Oh man, I would say Batista's not on stage, but you might just not be able to see him. Right? He just might not be moving. But as far as I can see, he's not on stage.
I can't remember what he's in the middle of filming at this point.
Oh, I know what the M. Night Shyamalan movie. That's what he's doing. Can't wait for that. Batista and the Shyamalan. Wow, that's gonna be bold. Okay, so technically, they did start 10 minutes.
Buff Groot.
Oh no, Buff Groot. They did technically start 10 minutes late, so we have around 20 minutes. Now they don't got to end right at 6:10, but I am saying that they started at 5:10 instead of that. So we
Yeah,
do
so
got
Black
about 20
Panther.
minutes. Black Panther, which I think will take up a solid 10 minutes. The next big thing. Let's see.
It's clobbering time. Fantastic Four. The next big thing.
Oh boy, yeah, I agree with you, S-Bubs. The picture's been too blurry to see what
I
Feige's
couldn't
hat
tell.
is. What is his hat? I want to know.
It's ever changing. Just keeps changing different logos.
Like the
You
Rock
know,
and his
you're
Black
probably-
Adam costume.
You're probably right, Kirklin. It's like a mood ring. It's just good, you know.
Gunn says this is the ending he wanted to make. Well, I don't believe that. Directors don't get any freedom there at Marvel. So no, of course I'm joking there. Like
It was all Kevin's idea.
I mean, Kevin actually directs every single movie, didn't you know?
edits them, scores them as well.
Sits in the room breathing heavily over them.
He's the DP. He's the casting director.
Yeah, he's everything. Acting coach.
He's actually the makeup artist. I mean,
Wow.
He's actually
Wardrobe?
the second assistant makeup artist to Miss Haley Steinfeld. So
He doesn't do the FX though. That's someone else.
no, that's got no.
yeah,
he can't.
He's well paid. He's well paid.
But yeah, I believe that. I think they will let Gunn do what he not like I just think like he pitched the ending and they would say, yeah, that's good. I think they trust Gunn, and because the Guardians, like, of course they're in the MCU, but they are always kind of off to the side. So I don't think any of these characters really dying would hugely affect the MCU to like its core, like a Tony, like a Cap, like a someone like that yet. So
here's we've heard the rumor, and I wasn't expecting it to be anything confirmed because when it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Last year we heard Evans is back in the MCU.
Mm-hmm. It's been quiet.
It's been very quiet.
Old Man Steve and New World Order or New War Order.
The New World Order, yeah. NWO, Cat 4 NWO.
He's gonna be there, brother.
Yeah, I think old Steve is possible, and I still think a Hydra Steve is possible.
I've always been with the Hydra aspect of it.
Because I think that's the way he can play Cap, but not play Cap again,
But you could throw Skrull Steve in there too, right?
Yeah, he shows up for an episode. Like he's back, but he's not really back, and then he's a Skrull. That'd be big for Secret Invasion. That'd be a big get, but no, I think that I do trust it still because it was Kroll that tweeted it or reported it. And if you want to talk about A tier scoopers, yeah, sometimes maybe does he get a little too rambunctious about incoming? Sure, but he has a big pedigree of proof of being right. So I do believe, and you see how far in advance they work. Just because we heard it last year and haven't heard anything since, you will see Evans again, and at some point you're going to see Downey again. So it's going to happen. Let's see. Oh, that's a good line from Kang. You're an Avenger. Have I killed you before? Fuck. That's some deep shit. I'm ready. I'm ready. The same way Thanos has like 10 million great quotes. I'm ready for Jonathan Majors to get the same thing of just.
And I cannot wait that they should do a number of different versions of the King. Not too many, but I think they have the easy opportunity because the Kang we're going to see in Loki is not necessarily obviously the same Kang we're going to see in Quantumania.
100%. Oh, I love to hear everyone's phones going off and stuff like that. It's like we're in the war room. We're doing it. This is what NFL drafts are like, Oh, they just got, So there you go. And the good thing is when we get to the podcast, we'll have some trailer descriptions as well. So yeah, we will be in about 15 minutes doing the podcast version of Marvel Alliance and a GeekVerse crossover episode. So we've talked about them already, but we're gonna be doing some deep dives here and stuff like that. So we'll be around for another hour chat. So don't you worry. I would like Hydra Steve to be next because I remember the one he fought in Infinity War, he probably turned evil. Oh, that could be fun. That timeline. They messed it up royally, Loki took their cube. They made Steve join Hydra. But I would like the whole Hydra kind of got him as a child storyline. Like, even though that comic was, very... I'd say meh. I still like the idea they went back. Lil Puddin, thank you very much for the super chat. That's Lil Puddin. You actually got Puddin in your profile picture. That's respect. I'm gonna do that with
the
Zoa
official
soon.
pudding company, actually.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll take a Puddin sponsor, 100%. Oh man. So what's even happening right now? Because they're just more. I think it's just they're just still the Guardians are still on stage. Probably because this might. Well, when does this come out? It comes out next year, right? So damn, this is gonna be the last Comic-Con doing this probably, right?
Ooh.
If the Guardians, if this movie comes out in May for a lot of them that dies,
this is it.
At
least for anyone who dies.
Yeah. So everybody, no, I think everybody, but I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know who's gonna be safe, but people are gonna be.
I'd say Peter's definitely safe.
I think so. But my only question is, does that also mean if he's safe, is Gamora safe? That's always my hang up. I would say yes, but I think Rocket's gone. I think Drax is gone. I think Nebula's gone.
Oh, I don't want to see Rocket go.
Rocket's going. Rocket's going.
Rocket, he's dead.
James Gunn
so
even
sad.
said in this panel, he said he's the safest, and it had quotation marks.
Stick a
Rocket's
fork in him, he's
done.
done.
Yeah, Rocket's done.
Just like the MCU, it's over, baby.
Yeah.
It's
Bury
over.
it.
Rocket's too hard for Bradley Cooper. It's too much work. He's always on his knees and whatnot. Hello, Dylan. Thank you for joining, sir.
Hey, Dylan.
We got about 15 minutes left of the panel, so we're just kind of chilling, waiting for it to.
Any X-Men news?
Nope.
Nothing yet. No. Have you heard the Daredevil news?
I watched the She-Hulk trailer.
Oh, if you don't, I'll wait till revealed on the episode if you haven't seen the news because there's some exciting stuff going on. But you'll see it beforehand. There's too much. There's too much stuff.
I
going
was
on.
listening a bit, so I might have heard some stuff.
I hear in an episode of your favorite show they talk about X-Men.
I don't know what this was referencing.
Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel.
Oh, I see what you're saying. My favorite show, yes.
Yes, your number one
I
Marvel
already
show.
forgot about it. Even. Just kidding.
Aw.
Just kidding.
Oh,
Just kidding.
Baby Rocket. Oh no, looking like some bad stuff's happening to him.
All right, I'm gonna bounce. I will be back in a jiffy.
Sounds
Alright.
good, sir. Drive safe.
Bye, JP.
Rocket is gone. Drax is gone because Batista doesn't want to play Drax anymore. Oh, 100%. But Drax, I feel like there's.
Has Batista said that?
He
Oh.
says it's his last one, yeah. But
Oh.
so yeah, I
He-
but I
Like a
still even
horse.
think they'll kill him. Yeah.
He's gone on record that even though he loves James, he loves the opportunity, he loves exactly what this gate did for his career. He has been very vocal on being disappointed about what he wanted Drax to be. He wanted it very much to be more of what it's been in the comics versus him being kind of a joke.
Yeah. And I think he's just ready to move on. He's also talked about how he wants to start. He didn't actually say for sure like directing, but getting in more of that like producing stuff like that. So I think he's just soon to be on a different career path as well. So
Which is fair, but if you want a good, I mean, it was mind opening. His conversation he had with when he was on Rosenbaum's show,
I didn't
just
listen
going
to that.
into his whole thing about his life and how down and how basically just solid broke he was until he got that break. And that chance and how much he worked to get into Guardians. It's really inspiring, and I'm very happy that he's done some great stuff.
High Evolutionary just showed up in comic there, so or Comic Con in costume. So that's kind of fun going
Yeah.
on right now.
It's Clay put it in the chat. David just texted me that. It's pretty cool.
Rocket and Groot could just go join Thor. Yeah, I agree with that. They could easily go do some sort of venture and everything like that. But yeah, we're getting a lot of costumes. You know, Rock was in costume today. High Evolutionary.
Gave
there-
everyone
is
a
there a
free
good,
ticket.
Website or something for me to see?
No,
everything
we're
that's been
just
announced?
we're just
Yeah,
oh
Twitter.
yeah, Twitter. But I'll have. Give me a
Yeah.
second. I think I got one here.
That's not bad. That's interesting.
And plus, it'll probably look better on set too when it's or like I mean in the movie when it's.
I like
Done
it though that they're allowing him just to go into. I mean, again, not allowing, but I like it that they're that confident in it for them to be seen with just as it is, not like touched up or anything and
Yes.
spruced up. That's a lot of confidence there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's James Gunn, so at this point it's just like I'm not coming back at this point. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Look, I just love this. Wong is the new Nick Fury.
Pretty much.
He's just
eh?
Yep.
peering out and stuff. Yeah.
And I'm here for it.
Trying to find something. Discussing film, their website will eventually have a page. They don't have it yet because they're tweeting a bunch of stuff, but I'll have a link there. But on Twitter, if discussing films, probably the best thing to scroll by. But that's probably what until they got their website up. I'll probably go from the beginning of their thread and go down unless something
Yeah.
massive
I'll be right
gets
back.
yeah, unless something massive gets dropped there. But yeah, so
I mean, they came out real strong with putting that phase out there, and just oh my goodness.
yeah, right now it's a lot of Guardians has had a big play. Guardians has been on stage for almost like 10 minutes here now, so they're giving it a big kind of big send off here. So you got Guardians, you probably got Black Panther, and then you got a one more thing. I imagine. I'm not promising, but I imagine
Fantastic Four, November 8th, 2024.
Feige wants to talk Phase 6. What was that date? Sorry, Chris.
BD just put out Feige wants to talk Phase 6, but he also put out Fantastic Four, November 8th, 2024. It's the first film in Phase 6.
Oh, there you go, Phase 6. So we're getting an idea of the phases are about 2 years. So you look at Phase 4 was 2020, 2022. Phase 5, 24, 26. Or sorry, no, that's 23 and 24.
Well,
Wait, actually, no, Phase 6 is starting in 2024. Okay.
that was unexpected for those of you listening. If you heard thunder, that was unexpected for me.
Okay, so first film of Phase 6. So we already got Phase 5 laid out. We got Phase 6. So
Hey, remember that stuff on Wednesday, Thursday? Deadline was putting out there. You know, Marvel's not going to show anything big. Don't get excited. Just like,
Deadline sure hurt their credibility with
Oh
that
my God.
Comic-Con preview. Hey, the Henry thing, and now this. Fantastic Four is Phase 6, Brent, with a 2024 November 8th date.
Yep. Just got that sent to me, courtesy of David there in the chat. Thank you, David.
Oh, yeah, there you go. I'll show it
I
for
sit
the-
back down and had sent me a text. I'm like, oh, all right, we'll check it out. Hell yes.
Yeah. Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, May 5th, 2025. Let's go!
wow. Wow. Avengers Secret
Avengers,
Wars
baby,
confirmed.
we're back! We're back, Avengers! We're getting that team roster. Let's go! 3 years.
Kang Dynasty. Okay, Secret Wars will end Phase 6. Baby,
Oh
here we
my
go.
God.
Let's do it.
Let's Kang
Let's
Dynasty
go.
first, Secret Wars.
Wow.
Wow.
Fuck.
Look
So when
at
you
that
say
logo,
Secret Wars,
baby.
like Kang
Oh,
Dynasty
wow.
is Secret Wars, or is that a separate thing?
It's separate. It sounds like they're doing Infinity War Endgame,
two-parter?
Kang Dynasty, Secret Wars.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and this is dubbed the Multiverse Saga. All those trademarks were true.
That Secret Wars logo, man, that is something.
Wow. Oh my goodness. I love it that they're ending it this 3-phase thing with Secret Wars. That is Infinity War level ending.
I will say, we'll talk about it when we get the podcast. I don't think it's a good idea to put them in the same year, though.
What do you mean? Oh,
Both
you're
Avengers movies are in
Yeah, that's actually
2025.
yeah, that.
That seems very risky to me.
It's
We saw what
very
happens with
interesting.
Matrix back in the day when they did that, and that
Well,
like,
they didn't call it part 1 or part 2, so we see how
No.
those go.
yeah, exactly. But why not wait a whole? Why
Is
not
that
wait a
because
year?
there's just like nothing really to show in between those two movies then, where there's like they had to set up a couple
Yeah.
things in between Infinity War and Endgame, but they only maybe have room for one movie in between those, but I don't even know if you...
But
need
even
that.
couldn't you do like how they had like Ant-Man or Captain Marvel, even like some prequel movies to kind of like fill out the time a little? Like that is a really bold.
That Multiverse
Yeah.
Saga logo is pretty sweet.
Yeah, that looks nice. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Wakanda
I mean, I don't know, isn't
Forever is
this
up.
next two phases going to be like introducing everyone that we would need for like a long-ass time? Like, I don't know if they would
Other
have...
than the X-Men, yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to learn about Secret Wars, join us on Comic Book Corner on Marvel Alliance.
That, yeah, I'm happy,
Oh
but it's
my
just
When's
gosh.
Fantastic Four? That's
November 2024. So we're gonna meet them before we get the Avenger movies.
Right. Wow, from Fantastic Four, like within a year you'll get Fantastic Four and 2 Avengers movies. That's fucking
Yeah.
wild.
and somewhere in
That's
the
crazy.
and somewhere in the mutants.
Yeah, probably after though. I think Secret Wars.
Well, there's no mutant stuff on like their new.
I know. I'm making
Phase
making a
pictures,
joke.
Well, I mean, like they'll probably do a lot more breadcrumbing, right? Like throw
Mhm.
more details out there than just saying one word in one show.
Those Inhumans are all going to become mutants very quickly.
every single one is just there now.
Inhuman who?
And now we're getting a Black Panther. So we'll probably get the Wakanda trailer, or at least a teaser, and then we'll talk about. Wow, that I can't. 1 year, that is I don't know how I feel. I'm happy, but that's a bold play. Like, and even then, it's May to November. So we got June, July, August, September,
my God.
October. You
So
only have
dudes-
5 months in between movies. I don't know.
So
I don't know
so
about that play.
So will they pull a movie in between just to do it? I say they don't have to do it. I
don't think they will,
mu-
no.
I don't think they will either. They want the conversation to be gearing towards that. They don't want anything to take away from that. I'm with you. They go Kang Dynasty, Secret Wars, nothing in between.
I wonder,
It's,
almost like go
couple
ahead, Sergio.
shows in there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
some
shows. Yeah.
And I almost wonder if Kang Dynasty, or Secret Wars, was going to be its own movie, but they're just throwing the Avengers name on there because it's like that. It's just like it's a big event. It's like a Civil War, right? It's like the same way people usually say Civil War is just an Avengers movie. They could do that with this. Like, let's just call both these movies Avenger movies.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not a big event from the Avengers. It's not one that I would have
No.
jumped to.
No. But it's still like getting Age of Ultron and Infinity War in the same year, and which is a
No,
weird thing when you think about it. But
Well, Age of Ultron was just in name only. That had nothing to do.
true,
Not even
but
close.
I just mean the sense of like the Avengers mission versus like the big crossover
Yeah.
mission, right?
Yeah,
So
yep.
That's going to be an interesting year for the Golden Geeks. Then we're going to have 2 Avengers movies to stack up against each other in our.
Gosh.
Very
Wow.
possible
If
time.
anything moves, it's going to be that.
I agree. If anything moves, it's Secret Wars, 100%. That's why I'm so surprised with it being in November, why they are not just putting that in May. Even to me, an Avengers movie in November feels very odd. That feels so odd because it's always that big summer.
They're going for that Oscar bait, baby. They want that Oscar.
When were 1 and 2? I can't remember that far back.
A year apart.
Like you mean what? April and
Like,
May
what
for
month
both of
were
them.
they?
April and May for both of them. Yeah.
April and April. They both
April and
got
April.
that.
Okay, there you go. So.
Yeah, I was on spring break when I saw Endgame.
And then we got Endgame and Infinity War. Those were both in May,
Yeah.
right? So now we got one in May.
Oh, sorry, that's
Look,
what I
the
was
screen
thinking
looks
of.
so weird.
Infinity War and Endgame were both technically April. The others were May.
What are those slots right there that have nothing? Oh,
It's just
why
a
do
fall
those not have
2024.
logos? Why do
I
those
know,
not have
that's what's
logos?
so weird. It's
Oh,
just the two
oh,
big
something's
Avengers.
Because they're
going
going to
there.
have
No, it
logos at
started.
D23.
Let's go.
There's going to
is
be
that?
an X or two up on that screen.
Oh,
It's gonna
Don't tease
happen,
me.
baby. It's oh my goodness. Let's bring the Uncanny X-Men. Come on, D23 Uncanny X-Men. Drop that mic.
super bad, Mike. Not a bad prediction as well. A Young Avengers TV show to incorporate
We-
some of them too. So
hell yeah.
Iron Lad and stuff.
You, Brent, and I have been saying that since the inception of Marvel Alliance.
Yeah, man, what a wow. Let's see. Dave Reese says Avengers equals brand recognition for those who haven't paid attention to Disney Plus and the smaller franchise. And yeah, that's a big thing, right? Instead of instead of one more thing, it may be 5 more things. I don't think. No, I think I agree with Brent that slate is D23. Those empty slots probably.
That's how you prep for coming out with D23. Pay attention.
Oh, 100%. Because now we know there's like 6 or 5 slots that are empty, which it's. But I do agree with you, Chris, what you said.
Go for
If it gets delayed, you can just delay it right to May, the Avengers movie,
Yeah.
year to year. And I still even think that might happen. I'm gonna do a Travis told you that's gonna happen. I know they're dropping it now, but it's just that's just such a bold. I can't get over that. That is just so.
Hey,
bold.
fortune favors the bold. Why not take that risk? Because what do they have to lose? If they have to back it off to May, everyone's like, okay, that's fine because you want your summer
Yeah.
blockbuster. No one's gonna blink an eye at that.
No. And then
No,
you get-
it is really weird though. Like November. I mean, November is a fine time slot, but it's not the May time slot.
I
which is
really
spring
think
break, yeah.
I really think they're going for Oscar bait. Mark my words, they're going for Oscar bait. on
I
that
hope that's not the main reason.
I'm not.
though.
No, I'm not saying that's
Yeah.
the main reason. I say
Yeah.
that's an appeal to them. Why release it in November unless you're trying to go for something? Trying to go for something.
And what have we got in November for Eternals, Thor? What else has been Thor Ragnarok? We got there. And we got Eternals.
Black Panther now.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's December. Well, that's December, but
No, Black Panther's November.
Black
Okay,
Panther's
November.
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
no, they're showing they're making November a big. That's a bit. Black Panther's a big thing to have there. So, okay, yeah. Jeez, I can't process that. My brain is broken. I thought I misread. I'm like, oh, okay, 26. That makes sense. 2026. Okay, but no.
I can't
5
wait for all
months.
the memes trying to say, DC, where's your art slate? Come on. Why can't you be like my Marvel? Oh, come on, guys. Just stop.
They're gonna, they're just still waiting for Henry, Oh man, let's see. I know it's probably not going to be a 1-to-1 adaptation in either case, but Secret Wars, do you think MCU will pull most from? I think Chris has been right that you'll probably pull a lot from the last one.
Hickman.
Yeah,
Yep.
Hickman. Yeah, because they, along with Ultimates, they seem to be liking a lot of Hickman stuff, and I still hope they pull from Hickman's X-Men run.
But Hickman's coming back, right? So.
Yeah, he is. I want if we can get Power 10 stuff going on the MCU, please.
When I met him at Heroes Con, I said, "So I know you can't say anything, but I know you've jumped off of X. You're you're not necessarily. So, what do you got? What do you got cooking?" He's like, "Well, some, if you've been paying attention lately, some how MCU's going. There's that, and then there's a few other things I'm getting ready to jump on. So." They seem to be very much, if he's off of X, they're definitely leaning very hard into Hickman.
Yeah, and they seem to be doing that. And I agree with Superbad Mike as well here that they didn't wait to Christmas release. Now, they got Black Panther in November, but still, Christmas, that December slot has proven to be successful for a lot of people. So I same thing. If you were to tell me, okay, you're getting it again later this year, I thought, oh, for sure, December. But November, no. But I guess you also have the chance where it's in theaters and people can still just see it over Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Is there an Avatar movie slated for that Christmas?
Oh God,
A little bit.
Yeah, I'll dig.
Probably a couple.
I mean, because if there is, they're not going to put Avengers versus Avatar up.
They'll
No,
put
you're right.
Shazam versus Avatar.
I mean, yes, but
As of right now, Brent,
they like
you're
to
right.
push. They like to push Shazam against things that it has absolutely no chance of making any kind of box office mark on.
Or,
I'll-
as of right now, you're right, Brent. It looks like there's one in 2025 for well, no,
I don't know. I just know they announced a bunch of them, but I really don't care about that franchise,
No.
so I don't follow it as close.
But
Is it
they
wrong
do,
that
right?
is it wrong that I care more about Shazam than Avatar?
No,
no.
Okay.
right
just
there with
checking.
you.
Oh, actually, no. I think I'm wrong. Oh no, it's Avatar 3. So we're getting Avatar 2. God, I can't believe there's already Avatar 6 in it. Like, it's just what are we doing here, James Cameron? Like,
Remember, they're an anthology. They're not connected really.
But the same length of time between every sequel is between 1 and 2.
as of right now, Brent, no, actually. So we get Avatar 2 this year, Avatar 3 in 2024, and then Avatar 4 in 2026. They're 2 years spaced apart. So 2025 does not have an Avatar movie in December.
Well, all right.
So if they want to even push back a little, they can. Oh, man. See, look at that. Even Charles Maltimer already being like, see, I told you 3 years ago Secret Wars was happening. You're going to know which scoopers got which right by tomorrow morning. They're going to...
You know what you're not going to hear? Marvel Alliance scoopers. That's because we report on the we evaluate the scoopers.
Unless it's about Madam Web, in which case we throw it in there.
Oh, darn right we do. Every little ounce of it, because she's the blueprint.
Oh, boy. So, yeah, I think S-Bub's Marvel winning Comic-Con. Yeah, I don't think anybody can...
I mean, honestly, when it was... Yeah, no, never mind. I'm just... Yes.
You're trying not to say anything, get you in hot water over there?
Who am I going to get in hot water with? I don't give a crap.
No one you care
you're,
about.
You're Honey Badger.
So, yeah, they're still just talking about Black Panther right now, so they're going a little over because the conference started at 5:10, so I imagine this will take a little bit, but let's see. Full cast is on stage right now for Wakanda Forever. I don't see Michael B. Jordan,
I gotta say, Will Poulter with that haircut he's got going on. I don't know what else he's got going on. Looking prime, and I'm excited to see him.
And it sounds weird to say, but like I don't think you've seen him with his shirt off recently, but he got beefcake buffed
I mean,
for
I can
Adam
see his
Warlock.
arms in this picture.
Yeah.
It's like, whew, Travis giving you a
huge.
run for your money on.
Oh, I know. I got nothing compared to him. Plus, did you know he's supposed to be dating Florence Pugh too now? So we got some Marvel connections going on. So
Damn, he's a powerful man.
yeah, Mr. Warlock. But yeah, so we got the whole cast. No, so if Jordan is in it, they're gonna save it there. They're gonna
Now we've officially got Tanaka Huerta confirmed officially. And remember the little bit of a storm that came out when the rumors that he was cast. Those are going to be probably coming back out again.
Well, those tweets are gone at least, so they
Sure,
they did
sure,
some damage
Chan.
control.
Sure,
Yeah.
screenshots don't exist.
Is it too late for a Black Widow Hawkeye announcement? The dynamic duo needs to return.
D23.
D23, yeah, I think
Kate,
that
Kate Bishop and the Black
Yelena.
Widow.
Yeah, I think. I honestly don't. I think they're gonna maybe end with a trailer, unless they're gonna walk some motherfucker out there right now as Doom. I don't think there's a one more thing because I think the Avengers was the one more thing. They decided to do that before Wakanda, probably because Wakanda is like obviously a big deal. So to me, that's what you would have closed off, unless there is some big cast. But I don't think any more show or movie announcements happening. I don't think.
No. I mean, not after that. Not till D23.
You can't top Avengers going on. So, let's see if they throw it out there. So, man, what a big one.
What percentage of these release dates do you think stick? Realistically,
70. Barring not another pandemic outbreak, I'll say that. Like whether it's COVID or like a monkeypox,
Like another shutdown.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, if a shutdown happens, then obviously the percentage drops very much. But I'll say like I'm a 65, 70. The TV shows, I'm like a 50, 60 because those have a lot more wiggle room. But the movies, even though I still, like I said, I'll stand on. I don't think that Avengers movie is going to come out that year. But 60, 70.
Mm-hmm. More people are afraid of being near Marvel than Marvel is being near them.
Yes, very true.
As they should be.
Joe, you're trying to Joe is trying to troll me right now. Henry Cavill just come out on stage. What? Now that's funny. 3 years ago though, when that happened with Ali, I thought people were trolling me. I'm like, Ali's not there. And then I'm like, oh my god, he's actually on stage with the Blade hat. But
God, we've said it forever since it was announced. There is going to be a lot of mixed feelings about Black Panther going into this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. But
Not for bad, just like how do we deal with this movie?
oh yeah. But hey, they're loading it up. You got Namor, so obviously that's a big introduction. Even Ironheart, that's a big introduction too, and stuff like that. Let's see, Winston Duke, just talking about it. Okay, so panel's not ended yet, but probably come to a close here soon. So
Thank you, Brent. That's a nice graphic.
we got a lot of stuff going on here. Yeah, no Deadpool either yet. And yeah, it definitely wouldn't come now. So yeah, I'm surprised, and I still don't think Deadpool's like a D23 sort of thing. I just
Well,
it's a different
it did
vibe,
drop on
but
Disney Plus, so
You are right. So maybe I'm wrong in that sense, and maybe the Disney execs are like, we want Ryan Reynolds here. We love Ryan.
I'm surprised about the Deadpool.
Me too.
I thought with it hitting this weekend that he would be there,
well,
or like they would talk about it.
I agree.
that says to me that it's further off than we think.
They're still writing it, right? You talk to those writers;
Yeah.
they still sound like they're cracking the story. So which hey, that's fine. Take the time. That's what guys we saw Fantastic Four. What they got announced in 2019, and that's coming out 5 years later from the announcement. So it's fine.
It would be great to see that's the last movie before the Kang Dynasty is just like him just
God.
like taking out like all the multiverse
See?
shit.
That's what I would put in between the two. As like a nice little buffer. Just like you got this heavy
Palate cleanser.
you got this heavy Kang Dynasty movie. Here's Deadpool 3. Have some fun for a little
Yeah.
bit. Okay, and then Secret Wars is coming, and it's gonna get heavy again.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder how long. So what? We got 2 years. I guarantee one D23 they're gonna do a walkout of who's on the Avengers roster. I feel like unless the Avenger movies are just big crossovers again, which I kind of hope not. I hope it is. I hope they have a solid. Here's our new 7, 8. Yeah, exactly. And maybe that's with King Dynasty. It is a smaller story, so I hope that's the smaller one, and then Secret Wars is the big like. Okay, everything's falling apart. So. Told you. Yeah, Derpy. Well, again, some people are like, I don't know where Marvel's going. I don't understand. They introduced Kang in the multiverse. I don't know what's happening.
Derpy, it's all the scoopers. You know,
I
the
felt like it
scooper-
might
the
be too
scoopers got it
soon.
right.
I thought it might be too soon to announce Secret Wars, but I wasn't banking on a 2025 release date.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, no, that actually makes sense.
Hey, we've been saying for a while there, hey, Fantastic Four is going to be closing it out, and because that's what they led us to, and nope, sorry, it's going to open a phase.
It's opening Phase 6, not even Phase 5. We all thought Fantastic Four was the end of Phase 4, and here it is, the beginning of Phase 6.
They had the perfect ending. They had the perfect thing going for it. Nope, sorry, screwed that up, guys. Sorry, we didn't expect what's his face to leave.
Mm-hmm. Okay. They're still just up there talking. They're definitely going up a little past the hour, so. Okay, I'm good for
We got our Blade release date, right?
Yes,
We did November next year, baby. November next year, and that's
Next time
another
on
big. I guess
October.
I guess they're really setting up November. Yeah, they did miss that. They did miss that Halloween month. I thought for sure October was the prime time.
Right
but,
there.
Yeah, not anymore.
Nope, thanks, DC. You took that one.
Yeah, but now, they're filming in October. It said Brent.
Speaking
So.
of Halloween, what was that like Halloween? special
Werewolf by
thing?
Midnight.
Yeah.
Have we
That's
had any
hap-
word on that?
No, that's D23. I see. That's where because Marvel Alliance, you guys talked about that. You
When
thought
is
it'd be
D23
here,
again?
September.
Okay, so it's well before, like
It was
at
more
least a
just
few weeks before.
Yeah, I mean, that was more just because proximity. It's like, I would have thought they would have put something out there. But I mean, they probably still put something out there before, but now it's just like, it'll be at D23, but it won't be like, here's your first look.
I think
like,
because it's just going
outside
to
of-
be like a 15, 20-minute thing. That's why they're
Yeah.
not really too
That's fair.
I that's why I think they're not that concerned with it. And they're like, hey, if it's coming October and you only get like a month to promote it, sure.
Hey, you like Giacchino's conducting at that point, just wait till you see him. It's not his first thing he's directing. Many people think that, oh, this is the first time. No, he's done stuff before.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely his most high profile stuff, so we'll see how
Yes.
that goes. And Ironheart and Namor, yeah, they're just still talking, still just come on, give us that teaser. Let's get that teaser. Let's close it out strong here. Let's have that teaser end with Doom.
Don't tease
I'm
me now.
joking. What's the multiverse saga about? Well, I don't want to. I'm not trying to answer this in a dick way. It's just about the multiverse, right? It's like it's about
Identity.
like yeah, it's
Hey.
about these other worlds maybe clashing together and seeing what is the best
Episode
idea.
1 of Loki will give you all the answers you need.
There you go. Yeah, and it said it up there. That's where I always. Again, I talked about this last night with somebody.
Being
Oh, go
serious, if you have not seen it, it's all you really need right now.
And even Kang being the big bad. I talked about this last night with somebody where it's just like when Kang dies in that show, then he goes, I'll see you real soon. To me, that was the Thanos line of, oh, this is the guy. This is the guy for a while. Because it's just like, you can't kill him because he just keeps coming back from different times. You know, it's a great villain. And that I just love they gotta like go to different multiverses, just kill this guy. You know, they gotta find everyone. They gotta like extinct them like an ant, like you know. But
Ant.
there'll be some good gangs out there
Boot.
too. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Okay.
What do y'all think? Is Nick Fury gonna bite it in Secret
Wait,
Invasion?
is Black Panther footage out?
Not yet.
Well, did you get a notification somewhere, Brent? You just set up in your chair.
David
real
just
quick?
told me BP footage was up.
Or are they
Or BP
showing
was
it?
up. Maybe that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
he means.
Here
I'm
it
like,
is.
what are you talking about?
Oh, how do you have it, Kirkland?
Da-
I'm refreshing Twitter right now.
Marvel.
David, don't tease us.
the
now.
Marvel Twitter.
Don't- You gotta
Oh, you're on the
share.
Marvel Twitter. I'm not even on the Marvel
Ooh,
Twitter.
straight to the
Okay.
horse's mouth on that one.
David, how you
Yeah.
doing? There it is.
Okay.
There it is. All right.
Yeah,
do it.
there we go.
Okay,
All right, we're
so
going
chat.
silent.
I'm putting on the brand. I'm putting on the banner. So we're all watching a trailer, and we'll be right back here. Oh my God, that cover! Oh. Wow.
Oh,
Ugh. That
Wow.
trailer says to me, how do you rebuild a nation after its most beloved son and king is gone?
Woo!
Yeah, that's what this movie is about. How do you rebuild? How do you come back?
Whoa.
Wow. Wow.
That was powerful.
yeah, absolutely.
That cover of that song. Oh my
the mix-ups
God.
too, or the mashup between the two songs, and the transition.
In that moment,
so good.
You saw Ironheart. She was doing the Tony Stark
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
and she hit out an Ironheart like she was doing when he's in the
yeah.
cave, and he's
Yep.
my goodness. And
Box of
Phoenix,
scraps.
I was saying the same thing. A box of scraps. Was that Killmonger at the end? That was a very gold-looking suit, and
Yeah.
he was the Golden Jaguar. So, and there's rumors he's in this. So,
Angela Bassett just just giving that yeah, exactly, David. Like that was just, that's a mother just
That was
crying out.
beautiful.
Yes, she is a gift, an absolute gift.
And it's so funny because like we'll just wait to make sure they close out. But it's funny. Remember, Dylan, we were talking on the Comic-Con predictions because I kept referring to it as Wakanda Forever. Did you see how they really highlighted that title instead of Black Panther? It was Wakanda Forever, and Black Panther was like very small. So I feel like they are really like leaning into that. The more it being a Wakanda brand instead of Black Panther, which
Right,
some people will probably not be happy with, but still, I get why they would do that because this one feels like it's more
Yeah, you gotta
about the
play with the
nation.
cards you're dealt, and I
Yeah.
think that makes sense.
Okay. Does anyone have confirmation that it is over, whether it is us or the chat? Just want to confirm before I.
I don't know. The chat's trying to troll us. So I don't know if I trust them anymore. They're throwing out some random stuff out there.
that is true.
Just came out.
Yeah, exactly.
Was that Clay who said that?
Yeah, Clay and then Joe. Yeah, Joe did as well. Yeah, man.
What'd they say?
Oh, we're talking about how we can't trust the chat anymore. You know, they're saying stuff that we don't know if it's real or not. No, I was looking for if it is a officially ended yet. I just want to make sure there's no last minute, oh, somebody walked out sort of thing, you know?
Henry Cavill?
Yeah, that's he's the buzzword.
Did you guys see the poster?
Oh
No.
Yeah.
Try
got-
that.
You will now.
That trailer did exactly what it needed to do.
Here, I'll try and I'll pull up that poster on the screen share here. Okay, let's see.
God, it's so hard watching that.
Let's see. There you go. It's a smaller version, but it's just this Black Panther mask, but the eyes are closed. You know, obviously leaning into that and stuff. So
I actually still haven't rewatched the first Black Panther since Boseman passed, and
Oh, yeah.
that's probably going to change shortly.
I've
But
only done it once.
it'll definitely change within the next couple months.
very emotional. Kevin Feige and Coogler are hugging. You know, that sort of deal. So
What was
and yeah,
Feige's
man,
hat?
we still don't know.
No confirmation.
Chat, let us know what this hat is.
S-Bubs, come on. Get that high-res photo.
Someone out there, we'll give you I don't know, a free
Free
case
cup
of
of coffee.
Zoa.
Free cases.
If you can tell us what this hat is. But
Like, I really don't know what to say about that trailer.
I love how different it is from the She-Hulk trailer, right? Like we get these two
yeah.
different trailers. They both, I think, look great, but they're so radically different from each other.
and then I'll share that photo at the end there of the thank you, David, for sharing that or linking me in it. I will share it on the screen now of the gold. Now, I will say from the suit in Black Panther, it looked a little more golden than this. So this could just be a fun planet, but it could just also just be a new costume, right? Of him rocking the kind of like the golden.
There's a shot of M'Baku in
That's
it that
very
I thought
small.
kind of looked like he had one. Like almost looked like he was wearing a Panther costume.
I'll have to find a better photo of that because that's that is some small stuff right
Give
there.
it less than 30 minutes, someone will grab it.
Oh yeah. I'm still waiting for those other trailers to leak too, you know, that's a good thing. So okay, we're just waiting to see it then, and then once it's ended, we'll go into it here. Everyone's hugging, celebrating, you know. Feige apparently with another great I like I said, I still think half an hour ago at that point I was like, you guys already did a great Comic-Con. You know, that's all that was needed. And now it's like, no,
I mean-
boom, more. Just come on.
I'm happy. I'm happy with what I got.
Yeah.
I was happy when they just announced the Daredevil show, and then they, you know, that sort of thing.
Hey,
so.
hey, a lot of us were just happy with the animation panel yesterday.
Oh yeah. I was like, that's some great stuff. I'm looking forward to the MCU. I didn't even need more, but you know what? They gave it to me.
I needed more. I always
Oh,
need
there
more.
you go.
I love how I'm like, maybe they need to slow down just a little bit. Here's 2 Avengers movies in 1 year for you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in.
Let me just search here. Okay, I feel like we're safe. I think we're safe. I don't think there's.
No more one more thing.
Well,
Is it not enough for you? Is it never enough?
Is it never enough, Brent?
Apparently, it's never enough when you want more, and it's enough when you sing. Is that all?
Panel. Let me just take a look here.
Is it safe?
I think it's safe. I saw someone say that wraps up the panel. Panel is now over. Okay, so we're good to go. Okay, well, we're going to, what am I at? An hour 44. Okay, so for my editing note, I'm going to write it, and then we're going to just get going. So is everyone ready to go here? We're ready to talk about this? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very, very, very special episode of GeekVerse. And Chris isn't looking. Chris, you want? What else?
Oh, sorry. This
Good
is a
Lord.
well.
I didn't want to
What's
say
going
it.
on?
Chris, he starts the show for us. I
Okay.
didn't want to do it.
Very special episode of this is Marvel Alliance GeekVerse crossover.
Yes, well, who are you? Who are you? You know,
Oh, who am I? I am the man without fear, Chris.
I'm the Zoa addict, Travis Snell.
I'm the Watcher, Kirklin Patzer.
I'm your friendly neighborhood Brent.
I'm Mark Castor, Dilmas.
I'm the Feige-fied Taylor Field.
Ooh.
Feige. Taylor, you just got back just in
Right
time.
on
It was legendary.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, as always, I'm going to do this quickly. All the links are going to be down below in both episodes. This is going on both feeds, the GeekVerse feed and the Marvel Alliance feed. It is on the YouTube station for all of us. So we are going to be talking about this Marvel panel, but all those links down below will be how you find each show, their Patreon, how to subscribe, listen, video, audio, schedule, all that good jazz. But we got to get into it because we got a lot to talk about here. I don't even know where to start, but I will defer to Brent. First, just an overall of how you think the day was, and then I'm going to try just to rack my mind of where do we start with this. But what did you think of this showing from Marvel? Last time we were here was 2019, and we're back 3 years later.
You know, there were all these reports the last couple days about how this was going to be relatively low key. You know, just a couple trailers and not much more from Marvel for this one. So if you're really waiting for the news for new announcements, you know, you're going to be waiting until D23. Well, they basically just gave the metaphorical FU to all of that because they definitely announced some serious stuff along with a couple trailers. So no, this was a hell of a night.
Chris?
Yeah, when like Brent was talking about with all the thing, oh, Marvel's not going to be as big as you want and things like that. When Kevin Feige comes out a month or so ago and talking about, I know where we're headed. I think we've led the breadcrumbs, but we're gonna put some stuff out there. And he called out Comic-Con for this. I didn't really have any worries just because, again, they have built this phase to where they wanted it to be, and at that moment they need to say, here's where we're going to blow off the doors and really tell you. For those of you who've been predicting it, we're going to reward you. For those of you that have no idea, guess what? Here's the plan you said we didn't have if you had any doubts.
Kirk and Patzer.
Yeah, no, this was a fantastic showing, and like I haven't even seen all of Daredevil, and it was still a fantastic showing.
You gotta fix that.
I gotta fix it. I will fix it in time for the big new show to reveal. And I mean, I gotta catch up just for She-Hulk time. But yeah, all in all, this was a super hype show. Multiple times, just goosebumps, and like yeah, I think the ending was very satisfying for me. I think it opened really strong and it ended even stronger. So yeah, I'm excited to dissect the details with you fine gents.
Dylan Musk. Now I know because we got so many announcements, there's tons of stuff going on. But what if just on the surface level, how you feeling?
Yeah, I'm still getting caught up a little bit, but there's a lot of good stuff here. A couple trailers, a lot of just some phase things they're laying out, a lot of good details and all that. So a lot of good stuff here. And yeah, after yesterday, like the animation panel was so good, I feel like they could have let off the gas a bit today, and that would have been acceptable. They would have had a good weekend, but instead they like doubled or tripled down, whatever you want to say. But I think they showed off a lot of good stuff here that I'm really excited to dig into. And I feel like there's so much here that it'll be like maybe a month before we've really kind of organized and cataloged it all. You know, like I feel like on all of our shows, we're gonna keep talking about this stuff for weeks to come because I don't know, as we just get a little more details or just think about the implications of some of it, they gave us a lot to chew on, so that's pretty exciting.
Now, Taylor, I'm going to go with you last because you had to step out for the last little bit. So you're going to lead us to our first topic. But yeah, this is just, like Chris said, Feige said, we're going to make it clear, we're going to show a lot of big stuff. And they did that. And they did exactly what they did in 2019. They just came out and said, look at everything we got. Same thing. I'm someone that's not subscribed to that. They never had a plan. It's Kevin Feige and company. They always have a plan. Like
That's just asinine. Nobody, that's just trolling. It's arguing a bad faith. It's ridiculous.
It's all part of the plan.
And it's just like, and this was, and even the stuff that doesn't feel like it's part of the plan, it's great stuff. And they're rewarding. They announce projects that are new. They announce projects that are rumored but confirmed. They announce things we want, like a Daredevil show. It's just, they're just doing it right. And it's just great that we have now to 2025 planned out. The same thing that we had got everything from that sizzle reel pretty much a few years ago. Now we, just like in 2019, we got the 3 years plan. And I can't wait to be sitting back here in 2025 with you gentlemen when we get that phase 7 and 8 and whatnot. But I love it. I love this whole thing. So Taylor, for what you did see, what do you think? And then I'm going to ask you a question that's going to lead into our first topic, but you go ahead, sir.
I mean, yeah, just being able to see all these different things revealed is fantastic. And like seeing now we get this, the timeline. That's the thing I love to see. That's the kicker. That's what it gets me going. So we get to see all the dates and the projects and everything like that. Just reiterating to things we already know, reaffirming things, and then slowly new details trickling in for the new projects leading up to, again, I was waiting for my wife to come out into the car and I'm like scrolling through and like you guys are just on point. I'm like, okay, what do we got? Oh, we got new Avengers, 2 new films there. Ooh, the multiverse saga. This is just fantastic. I'm loving all of this. So yeah, I didn't know that there was a Black Panther 2 trailer. I was like, I'm halfway through watching it now. So don't start with me if that's the first topic.
And we won't start with Black Panther. I want to start with what you mentioned because there's so much big stuff, but I have to hit on Avengers because that was the biggest thing, right? Of when's another Avengers coming? It hasn't happened since 2019, so we're getting one 6 years later. Well, actually, correction, we're getting 2 6 years later. They announced that we are getting Avengers Kang Dynasty first and then Secret Wars second. But the big kicker is it is 5 months apart. One is coming out in May and one is coming out in November. So Kirk and Pat, I want to start with you. One, how do you feel we got not just 1 but 2 Avengers films confirmed, and how do you feel about being in the same year? And then also, what do you feel? We've talked so much about Secret Wars, this, that, so we kind of knew that was coming, but we got the official, hey, this is where we're going. This is the plan. Buckle up, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't fully understand like how that's gonna work, having like the 2 big Marvel Avengers movies like so close to each other. Just because I felt like the Infinity War Endgame layover period was just it was very, I don't know. It was a good time. It didn't seem too long. It seemed long as soon as I walked out of Infinity War for the first time, but. So, like, in that sense, leaving after the first movie, I'll be super jazzed knowing that it's coming around the corner. But I'm still hesitant to believe that fully. I think that I don't know if it'll get spaced out to a full year, but I think it could be spaced out a little bit more than that. It's strange, but again, it's something that we haven't seen before, so that's probably why it is so strange. Completely blew me away that not only did we get like the 1 Avengers title, but we got 2 in the same year. Like, it's just all that news is still it's still digesting in my tummy right now. So yeah,
not in the head, in the tummy. You know, you ingested it. You know?
In the tum-tum.
Right in the tum-tum.
You know what? I'm going to keep this as least confusing possible. I'm going to go in a row for every topic, back and forth, left and right. So, Brent, what did you feel? Because I try that sometimes. Like, I'll mix up. No, not tonight. There's so many topics. I'm going to keep going this way. So, Brent, Avengers. We got the layout. What do you feel?
I mean, technically, if you want to go by the calendar, Infinity War and Endgame were 1 day shy of a year apart from each other. Just, split
get
the
out of
days.
here.
Within 12 months.
Just technically, but what they weren't was 5 months apart from each other. And that is pretty insane. This is where people are going to need to get their box office predictions seriously in check. Like, they're going to need to really look at this because while Avengers movies, yes, they're probably going to approach $1 billion, if not hit $1 billion. Are 2 of them in the same year going to do that? I don't know. But narratively, just from the narrative of it, I think it's going to be an absolute blast. Such a fun year, and really like something that not many franchises could do. There's been a couple that have tried. Whether or not they're going to pull it off, well, we'll find out in a couple years. But it's going to be a lot of fun watching them try this.
Taylor Field, you good to go? I see you muted, or you?
Yeah, I just finished the
okay.
trailer.
Avengers, go ahead.
Reiterate, yeah, Avengers.
Yeah,
okay.
Avengers. How do you feel about that?
I'm just excited that we have it now, like officially. Like I can see this logo; it's right there. It is the real deal. Because for the longest time, I was getting kind of afraid. Where I never should have done it, Feige. Of course, you know it's Feige.
Oh, you're gonna
But,
get us
I
cancel
know.
this podcast.
Boom.
You know?
But
Yeah.
no, it's just there was that grace period after in Endgame, sorry, and it's just like, okay, we got like some fallout here with our characters. Okay, we can just go with the stories. And then they started bringing in new characters, and we're just getting on board with that. And then things just kind of, I was waiting for this linear direction going forward, where all these different stories of all these different introductions of these characters are going to somehow converge towards something. And it was starting to feel like, when is that going to happen? And now that we just have it, and we're like, okay, Avengers, Kang Dynasty, I feel like, okay, this is where our characters are going to be on a trajectory towards. And that has me excited. I feel like I can look at these past projects that have come out at post-Endgame in a new light almost. Or like, okay, like all these things are all these important little details that are going to come together in the development of our characters leading into this combination of a team up here. So that it has me excited, and it has me stoked knowing that we have the story back on track in this linear path forward to an Avengers. So
We were never off the track, Taylor. We were never.
I
off
know.
the track.
That's nice. Yeah.
Dilmas.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, if we look at the trajectory, it was like the first Avengers 2012, second was 2015, and then by the time Infinity War Endgame, it's like a year apart. Now they're like, narrowing it down to just like half a year. But I mean, at the end of the day, they're doing this for a reason. It's very intentional. And if you look at Infinity War Endgame, which were like, two parts of the same story, that's definitely going to be the case here. And they don't need that setup that, what was it, Captain Marvel and Ant-Man and the Wasp were the two things between the two Infinity War Endgame, right? So, like, between this phase 4 and now my phases, I got to learn all this stuff again. But phase 5, like, I feel like we're getting introduced to so many characters, and we still have a lot from the first eras that, like, they just don't need to set up anything between those two. It's going to be a very connected story. I hope that doesn't mean the first one is too cliffhangery. I hope Kang Dynasty is a movie that like stands on its own, like Infinity War does. Even though obviously it's like very much needs the second part to be a complete story. But yeah, I think it's obviously very intentional, and I'm just very excited to see those two back to back. And yeah, there's a reason they don't want us to wait a whole year to see those two back to back. So I think it works, and like that year is going to be fucking wild. So I'm very, very excited for that.
Don't travel in those 5 months, Dylan. They put them both in the 5 months this time, so you don't got to miss a movie. Those 5 months.
Well, now, I mean, here's the thing, because usually it's like, okay, I'll do one big trip a year. Now, because they're doing two in a year, I can't miss both of them, so I'm good that way. I like it.
Exactly. Chris?
When they put up King Dynasty as the one preceding Secret Wars, that story ended what I consider to be the most legendary run for the Avengers with Kurt Busiek and George Perez. That is a story that can be read in isolation. You don't need to know much going into that story. The stakes that were in that story, the all-out war that was in that story, Kang coming in with an army to take out what they needed to do. This is the next Infinity War, what many put it as the top of their list at that point. That is going to set up what they're trying to do with Secret Wars. But I will say that movie will probably rival what Infinity War did in the sense of stakes. That Kang is going to be scary. Kang is going to be scarier than Thanos.
Oh, you're getting ready to throw that take. Eh?
Yeah.
I'll start there. Like, man, we're lucky, but I'm also happy for him about Jonathan Majors, because Jonathan Majors is just a fantastic actor, and he's just going to have a great few years. He's going to be an Ant-Man. He's probably going to like headline 2 Avengers movies here. Like, I'm very excited to see what he can do with multiple of these characters, but just in general, that's great. Secret Wars we talked about before, not a big surprise. Kang Dynasty, we always thought, at least to me around Loki time, that he is the next one. Now, I always wondered, was Kang the next, Loki Ultron, or was he the next Thanos? I think we all want him to be Thanos, and that's what I'm happy about. This confirms he is the next Thanos. So it's like, even then we talk about like a Doctor Doom and stuff, like, You can save that for like 5 years down the line now. It's not like, oh, we're going to beat Kang and then we're going to go right to Doom. It's like, no, Kang's going to be around for the next 3 years. He's going to be that overarching. And I like the flip where with Thanos, it was a lot of end credits. It was a scene in Guardians. We already met him in Loki. He's going to have a big role in Ant-Man. So it's like, it's a different approach to Thanos. It's not, oh, we were waiting for him. So, no, he's sprinkled all over, kind of doing probably bad stuff, taking over. So I like the flip of that. And you can maybe also have Doom as that guy in the background again, you know?
Well, especially when you have a character like Kang, that's not just one person. It's multiple versions.
Yeah.
It's multiple identities. It's multiple different things. So that's why I say he's going to be scarier, and he's going to be what he's going to do. The MCU is going to be very shocking.
Well, and obviously we didn't see this footage, but there's one line that people are tweeting out from the Ant-Man trailer of he meets Scott Lang and he says, "Are you an Avenger? Have I killed you before?" And it's like, oh my God. It's just like, and you got to think this isn't going to be a guy where Thanos had, okay, he knew about the Avengers, right? And he could look down them and study them. But this is a Kang who's like literally fought Avengers before. He's fought something. So it's like he has a whole different mindset. So go ahead.
He didn't even Thanos doesn't interact directly with Avengers proper until Infinity War.
Exactly, yeah, where Kang has this history that we're going to learn about, right? So I think that's great. The dates is, to me, I agree with Dylan that there is a reason. I don't know if I want to say risk, because MCU's always taking a lot of risks, and most of the time they've paid off. So I'm not going to doubt them. I'm going to go, okay, if you guys feel this is the move, that's the move. I just remember being back in 2003 when they did that with Matrix, and Matrix, was it Resurrections? It really hurt it, like being that close to Reloaded. Now, this is 2 decades later, stuff like that, but they did the same thing. It was a cliffhanger, and 6 months later, and every like box office pun at the time was like, that was a massive mistake. Now we're playing a different game because it's Marvel, they're the top dog, but I personally believe it's gonna get bumped to me, and I still think I think it's better just even for people to catch up, because I know it'll be on Disney Plus and people can catch up. But I think I like Kirklin. Like, I liked having that year. Of course, it was a killer wait, but that year before Infinity War and Endgame, it felt like such an event and such an await. So 5 months, like literally 7 months less of that wait. I'm happy because I'm one of the most impatient people in the world. But from a business standpoint, I'm shocked by the move. I'm absolutely shocked. And
put that business point as an idea, like go with it. Owning 2 years of being the top movie at the box office instead of just wanting the single year.
Yeah, I think that's looking at it wrong, because how many years have they owned, even without an Avengers movie? They own so many of the years anyway, or they're almost always the top box office franchise of every year. So I don't think they need that necessarily. Keep in mind with the Matrix movies, Marvel now is bigger than the Matrix ever was.
Oh, 100%.
And
yes.
so...
Yeah.
Plus, we are already used to multiple Marvel movies a year. The only reason this is getting this amount of discussion is there's 2 with the name Avengers in it. But we're already used to getting 3, 4 Marvel movies a year, not even counting all the shows.
And do you guys think that, and we talked about this a little in the live stream, that the Kang Dynasty jumped into Secret Wars, is Kang Dynasty going to be like an Avengers 6 to 7 core team versus Kang and some whatever? Or is both of these going to have an Infinity War Endgame type of feel where it is a massive team of Marvel characters together? I personally hope it is the small team to big team, because I do want to know just even who is the actual Avengers now. They joke about it all the time. Oh, Captain's gone and Rogers or like Iron Man's gone. So I hope it is like a kind of smaller Avengers movie, smaller quotations, and then the big one. But Taylor, what do you think is the route we're going to go with that?
Well, I mean, guilty pleasure. I'd love to see just a huge lineup and huge roster. Just
Every movie, 50.
Oh
characters.
yeah, bring everyone back. Let's do that whole Endgame, like take that scene and just put it back with Kang.
I say just go
this time.
Patton Oswalt from Parks and Rec. His idea of bringing everyone together.
Star Wars gets in there.
Exactly, Master of the Universe. Bring them all in.
But I think they'll start off small. I'm wondering. I'm wondering who the lineup is going to consist of, because I'm trying to think. You probably have like a Sylvie Loki, I imagine, in there somehow. You'd have
in the Avengers.
Well, somehow in shape or form, I imagine they would be like in this Avengers movie, right? Because I think they have a direct
they'll be in the movie,
connection
yeah.
with it.
I would love-
You have to have a few criminals on the Avengers. I mean, come on.
I would love to see that press
Mhm.
conference in the
These
MCU world where like, and Loki Laufeyson is joining the team. Like,
There
you mean
were
that guy that killed all the people in
definitely-
New York? Like that guy? And you're like, oh, and Wanda's back, and everyone's like, what is happening? It's just like the boys,
Yeah.
pretty much. You know?
There were definitely some killers that joined the Avengers in Endgame when they were coming out through the portals. There were
That's
definitely
true.
some
like,
that
look
were
at
we
Nebula.
got-
You know.
Sokovia Accords seems to be a lot of
All
rule
those
breakers.
Avengers, yeah.
A big thing in this phase and next phase too is like we're building up a lot of that like street level character, and like I don't think you need to go into them for that. You know, like the Daredevils, the She-Hulks of the world, like they can not be included in that, and that's completely okay. They like whether they're building up to their own, you know, Disney Plus version of that, where it's like that big Avengers thing, whatever that's going to be called. So I don't know. I think with the Guardians are going to probably mostly maybe be gone or elsewhere or something like that. Like I don't know. It will be a lot of people, but I don't know if it'll feel the same way Infinity War did at the time. That'll be. I'd really have to crunch the numbers on that. It's just now there's just so much that you have to be able to calculate at any given time. It's pretty intense.
Oh yeah. You guys got any other thoughts on Avengers before we move on?
We're good.
Kirklin, you look like you want to say something, but then you close your tiny mouth. What's going on?
Oh wait, I got lots of time to
Okay.
share my thoughts.
Well, that's Avengers. I'm sure we're going to come back to it. Next, Chris, I'm going to start with you. Black Panther Wakanda. I'm going just for some of the heavy hitters right now. We got the trailer. We got the cast reel. We knew Namor was in the movie, but it's all confirmed and stuff like that. What did you feel about Wakanda Forever, the showcase here?
Yeah, as I said in our live reactions, it's a hard trailer to watch. It's going to be a hard movie to watch. And that trailer it's a kingdom that is learning to deal with not just losing their king, but a son almost to the world. And what T'Challa would represent, and in many ways, Chadwick Boseman represented to many people. And you hear Angela Bassett's speech. It's not just a mother crying out in pain. It is so much more than that. She's us. It's the feel there. There's little bits of story there, but this was the trailer I think to have us all kind of start dealing with the idea of Chadwick not being there, to T'Challa not being there. It's just this is a world where it is in serious mourning of how to move on, and it hit all the feels. Definitely got choked up a number of times in that, and it did what it needed to do.
Mr. Muss.
Yeah, I don't need to repeat what Chris just said because he kind of nailed it, and that like they're nailing the tone of that. I guess for me, like the other big thing is like I guess it's Namor and the Atlanteans. Is that what that like clan is called? And that's like a big highlight of this trailer. It's kind of like the first half of the trailer is like some of that emotional stuff, like where are we at, where are we picking up with what we got nowadays, and then like that second part of the trailer is the kind of those characters, Atlanteans and stuff. So I'm really curious how that's gonna like. Are they gonna kind of fuse together and become one society? I don't really know much about the backstory of that particular storyline, so I think that's kind of interesting for me. But yeah, I feel like this trailer for a movie that's coming out this year. I don't know. I guess is like Namor gonna be is he like the main villain? Is that what we're going with here?
Yeah, main antagonist, I feel. I think it's going to be very Civil War-esque, where opposing sides, but they will they will eventually fight alongside,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
I guess the vibe I got from this trailer, I'm like wondering like, is there another villain that's going to be in this that's actually like going to be the actual villain the whole time or something like that? So I'm not sure, but maybe that's too much to do in one movie as well. And then yeah, I mean, for me, it's like that golden suit, the gold like highlighted suit at the end. What does that mean exactly? Is Killmonger back? If so, I'm curious how they're going to do that. What's the story there? And if it's not him, I don't know. I feel like maybe that's a mistake to show it in the trailer. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that yet, but it's definitely an interesting choice if it's not him.
Yeah, I wonder if it's like they probably just put it in there just for that reason, right? Because it creates that conversation of what is the shot, who is that, everything like that.
What's that?
What's that? What am I, Jack from Nightmare Before Christmas or whatever? But Taylor, now that you've seen the trailer, your thoughts?
I mean, you definitely said a lot of spot on stuff there, Chris, because it's that film that you got to just come to the realization like, yeah, holy crud! Like, yeah, Chadwick is not with us anymore. This is just holy crud. Yeah,
Holy crud! That's the term you're gonna use. Holy crud!
Holy Comic Con right here.
There we go. Killerisms. Add to the list.
but it's this is it's a turning point of realization where he is gone, and we're gonna have that reflected in this movie. It's not something that's just gonna be like, hey, we're ignoring it. It's not Chadwick Boseman's ended with that what if episode. Like, this is him being tributed in this film. He's gonna be featured still in this, and it's gonna be just a little reflection of seeing the people overcoming this and trying to pay tribute, respect, and everything. And I think it's going to be a very passionate film. The trailer was definitely really, really powerful. There's a lot of stuff I don't understand, like with the dynamic that's unfolding. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm just excited to see this film and see how these tribulations are going to be faced, and how this still a very powerful what would be
Country.
the word? Country,
Right?
not necessarily country I was going for, but like a powerful component to the MCU.
Okay.
Is going to be reeling in after the events of Endgame, and how they're going to be still coming together. Because when you look at everything else, all the powerhouses of the MCU, a lot of them have kind of like disbanded now and moved on. But like Wakanda is still like to its core strong and powerful. So I'm very excited to see how this narrative is going to affect them, and how they're going to deal with being obviously weakened in a position because their king is gone, but just all these outside forces now swooping in to try and like penetrate them and get what they have.
And she even says that, right? Like, I'm the leader of the strongest country on this planet, you know. And that's where it's like, yeah, of course they've lost a lot, but it's still, they have all this technology, and we don't know the state of Wakanda, what happened in the 5 years. They revealed themselves to the world, and then Thanos then Thanos came. So it's like a lot has probably changed in that time, you know. So yeah, I suppose the fight hat everyone got was the multiverse saga. I got that, but that's not the hat he was wearing still.
I think I
is
No,
found
it's
it,
not.
actually. I think I
Oh,
found it.
did you find
I
it,
think it's
Kirkland? What
this.
is it? What is that?
I
Is
don't
that his
know.
Zoa hat? What is that?
So
I have
It
no
looks like
idea
a
what
Doctor
that is.
Strangey kind of thing, but I don't
It
know.
does
That's
a little
weird.
bit, yeah. Who knows? But that's a good close-up there. You
Midnight
really got him there,
Suns.
Kirkland. Did you take that photo, Peter
I'm on
Parker
it.
style?
That's where I'm at right now. I got a
Yeah.
clone on ground floor.
Life model decoy. Life model decoy.
Brent, Wakanda.
This is going to be a hard one for sure. Said earlier, I haven't rewatched Black Panther yet since Boseman passed. I will, and I'll watch it sooner than later at this point. But I mean, they are making a hell of a movie here. Like, you can just tell visually, it's absolutely stunning. So many just gorgeous shots in this thing. I love how they're all wearing the white at the beginning, and the Marvel Studios is mixed into it. There's an amazing shot partway through of Okoye coming out of the shadows. This movie, just purely visually, is going to be amazing. And then you get like Angela Bassett's monologue about what she has lost and given up. This movie is going to be incredible.
Kirkland Patzer.
Yeah, I mean, you guys nailed it. This one it's definitely going to be. I'm gonna have some empty tear ducts, I think, when I'm leaving this film. But yeah, I think they did such a good job of just like nailing that feel of like a country that's in mourning, but also with just like everyone wearing white at the beginning. Like, there's still some hope there, and I think just like also this imposing threat of like the Atlanteans. It looks very, very interesting, and everything that was showcased in it looked gorgeous. I was going off on just looking at a bunch of images, found this little collab of just look at these.
Oh
Look
my
at that.
God,
Mhm.
Oh,
Coogler.
it's gorgeous. Yeah.
I mean, remember, we've got a Wakanda series, at least one, that he is going to be overseeing.
Yeah, forgot about that. Yeah, that shot down there it's the right second shot up or second shot below the throne with the fire around it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, just
Yeah. I can't wait to. It's crazy because I felt like I was very interested in just seeing what was going to happen with this film, and then now seeing this trailer, it's like I cannot wait to see this film. So it definitely did its job there, I'd say, and I really hope whoever this Black Panther is, I hope it stays under wraps. I want to just be blown away in the theaters when I find out who that actually is.
That would be big if it is like Michael B. Jordan and they don't actually promote that, and that
That'd be
helmet comes off,
fantastic.
and it's like, whoa, you know,
Bravo.
because that'd be a huge crowd moment for people, you know.
Well, I was gonna say, like, because some people are telling me like, oh, like, is it M'Baku? And I'm thinking, oh, I don't know, because
Here's the image. I found the image
M'Baku's
of-
like Yeah, he's like jacked and like super like buff.
Yeah, this is
and
more
everything.
like a
And
this is more like a
yeah, like
slimmer-
M'Baku has
Yeah.
like twice those arm size.
Yeah.
Like,
But could this also be like, I know it's like more muscly, but still it's a suit that could still be Shuri as well, because we've heard that before too, right?
That arm's just a little thinner right here too.
Yeah, so that's where and it could, but that's where from the you can't have too much fun with the who's playing Black Panther in a sense, because it's still a tragic loss, but they still got to
Yeah.
market a movie and sell product, and that what are they going to do with Wakanda, and also who will be the next Black Panther is a marketing thing that comic books use. Who's the next Batman? Who's the next Spider-Man? Like, so that the idea of you don't know who's behind that costume for all this, and I think even from this trailer, you don't need to show much more. I bet you will see a full face shot of this Panther, but this movie already looks great. It's like what Kirklin was saying, where okay, the selling point for us is curiosity is what are they going to do, but then even take that away, now it's just like this movie looks great. And I've always said this before, it's like thank God they still had Ryan Coogler, because I still say Black Panther is the best MCU movie gone. Ryan Coogler is just far and above so many directors in the whole, and that's not like an insult, that's just praising how good he is. Kirkland showed up that thing of all those pictures visually. There's so many shots of like the stuff with Atlantis, stuff with all this, that Miro of Chadwick there, or T'Challa, I guess I should say, but just the costumes. I forgot about the first time when we saw Black Panther, that experience of seeing all the costumes. It won an Academy Award for costuming, like all the costumes and sets, and this brought me right back to, man, this feels like grand scale MCU, and not everything has to feel like that, but this feels like that A tier. Like, my goodness, I cannot wait. And again, the top left there corner, that's okay, Kirkland ruined my conversation. That's okay. No, you're trying to ruin me. No, when that opened up with Nakia and we got that score, like the cover. And I think it is good to establish, because we even talked about that. What are they going to do with Chadwick and T'Challa? And right away they do establish, okay, he has fallen and it is a recovering nation. But yeah, that Brent, you shared it on Twitter that they're releasing prologue music this Monday, which I cannot wait. I hope that cover is in there. But think about the soundtrack of the last movie. We're good to go, Kirkland. Think about the soundtrack of the last movie. Like, that was fantastic. So I think they're handling this right, and now that whole, is it going to hit November? This thing now is for sure hitting November, because that was a big trailer, and it looked like a lot of good CGI. It wasn't a trailer where it's like, oh, there's a lot of work they need done on this. No, they are. The good thing is with that shutdown, they maybe hopefully had some time with effects and everything to get it going, and I can't say it more than these guys have. Angela Bassett looks like, you talk about in the Avengers movie going for Oscars, Chris. That scene for Angela looks like that could be a best supporting actress thing. Like, that right there, to be in the theater for that moment when that's going to happen, oh my goodness. It's just, and there's already great parallels of Riri Williams when she's literally like Tony Stark pounding in the cave. She's pounding the metal, and it comes out as the Ironheart. You have the flip where the same way with T'Challa and Siri when they did the fist bump and whatever, she does that with Riri. So it's like, it's kind of that, whether you like it or not, that kind of like George Lucas says about Star Wars being a circle, it's kind of that tributing something old to get to something new. And I think that's warranted here when Chadwick, sure, he was in the MCU for a while, but he only got one movie. So you want to tribute and bring that all in. I thought I was already anticipating this movie, but this shot all the, like, so far up,
Well, if you think about it, now that we know that Black Panther Wakanda Forever is going to be closing out Phase 4, Feige had said that this phase is not only just dealing with the effects of Endgame, but it's dealing with loss and post-traumatic stress and dealing with all this. What better film to start wrestling with that, but at the end giving us hope for what the future is to come and rising from the ashes of what they're dealing with. This is the most appropriate film to end this phase with.
Oh yeah, and this again a big thing, and we'll talk about that phase ending. But anything else on Black Panther Wakanda as of right now? Going once, going twice.
I should say I found this.
Yes.
This is actually apparently an old image. This is
Oh,
just checking it.
Kirkland.
I know. I had
First
to come
I'm
out
talking-
and correct myself. I
Yeah,
had to
first
correct
I'm
myself.
talking, and he takes a picture away like India. I've heard.
It's okay,
said-
Kirkland. I fell for that this weekend too.
The
That's
thing
what I
is,
feel like
it
going
did
in
look
that.
like it did look
Yeah.
similar to some of the
Yeah.
blurry pictures
Yeah.
of his hat.
Aspo says it's the emblem of the Atlanteans, but then Cedric House says it's Miss Minute. So it is still a mystery. The greatest mystery of this panel is what is Feige's hat.
Like,
But you know
actually, yeah.
But it's not a mystery. And I'm gonna get the phase up and we're going then. But I'm gonna pull this because at least 4, and these guys are gonna become them. But at least 4 of the 6 here, we're massive Daredevil fans, and we love Daredevil. And I just got to go here next because I'm being completely biased. But Daredevil Born Again was confirmed. We've heard these rumors from big sources, but still, this is the confirmation. We got a show. We got a show coming out starring Charlie Cox. It's called Born Again, a great play on arguably the greatest Daredevil run. But then the huge, just out of nowhere, it is going to be 18 episodes long.
Insane.
18 episodes long. And I cannot wait to see this and see how it goes, because I'm of two minds where if you listen to GeekVerse, one of my complaints is always, much like any people, it's not a unique one, right? 6 is maybe too short. They're rushing, there's not enough time. And I'm like, 8, 10, that could be the sweet spot. This is what we need. And they're like, okay, you don't want rush finales? Well, we're going to give you that 8 to 10, but then also 8 more episodes on top of that. And Disney Plus does have shorter runtime, so there's a chance some of these episodes might just be 30 minutes. They might not be a full hour. But I also remember, luckily, Daredevil didn't suffer from this. But, me and Dylan reviewed all those Netflix shows, and lots of them suffered from this season was too long. They could have cut an episode here. They could have cut a storyline here. And I'm in denial because I'm just happy Cox is back. I'm always happy when I get Cox back. But when Cox is back, after 2 years ago, we didn't know if he was around. For them saying, 18 episodes of him, I'm like, oh, great. Just, yeah. And Vincent D'Onofrio was confirmed. I'm like, yes. But then when I step back, like, man, 18 episodes, that is a lot. And I'm excited because let's try it out. Because then if it doesn't work, then it's going to be the reverse now. 18's too long. Why is it not 6 and everything like that? But, Kirklin Patzer, what do you got to say? Because I know you got to leave here soon, but what do you got to say on Daredevil Born Again?
I mean, as Brent mentioned, I gotta catch up. I gotta watch some Daredevil. Apparently,
Yeah, get to work.
This news is fantastic. I mean, I absolutely love the first season of Daredevil. I have no idea why I stopped watching. It's just sometimes I guess that's what happens. But yeah, so now I gotta watch it, and this is just super exciting news for like the Daredevil fans, like you guys. You guys just exude your passion for it. I know the quality from just what I've seen already. I'm very interested in just seeing the different take of Kingpin, just because like the flavor was very different. Minor spoiler: I saw him murder a man with a car door, and then in the MCU, I see him, being with this funky hat and a weird little costume. So
that was his choice, and it's from the comic books.
Well, there you go. So it's all accurate. It's all good times. But nonetheless, I'm excited to see this transition, and I think another just exciting thing is this 18 episodes first season. They just said season 1, right? They don't say it's like a limited series or anything like that. Yeah.
This is for Disney Plus. This is like 4 or 5 seasons, in one go. Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe that means we're breaking away from this 6 or 8 episode stint that we've been getting with the Marvel shows, which is, I don't know. I think there's a time and place for like a shorter season. But as of late, it's I've been wanting a few more episodes in the last few shows I've been watching. So yeah, that's my thoughts there.
I was gonna say, I know you said you might go and come back, so if you don't get to come back, is there anything quickly you just want to shout out, anything you loved here? We'll talk about it later, but just for you personally, if you don't get to make it.
I mean, we covered the big things. I think the Quantumania costumes, like those look really, really good. I like Cassie's purple suit. That was pretty badass. And we started with the big ones, so I'm glad I was here to cover those for sure. But I got a dip.
Right,
but anyways, I'll
go
talk
get some
to you,
Zoas.
gents. Yes.
Hi, Kirk.
Yeah. See ya. Brent, Daredevil, it's happening. Born Again.
Oh, man.
18 episodes of it.
So excited. You think I'm insufferable talking about Daredevil now? Man, we've
said
known
that?
it was coming. We've known it was coming, right? Like nobody's surprised that they're doing a Daredevil project. I would have bet they would have called it The Man Without Fear. Fine, they're going Born Again. Okay, I got questions because you definitely covered some of that ground in season 3. I've been saying I wish that they would mix up their episode counts. 18 is not what I had in mind, but I'm interested to see what they're going to do, because you got to assume some of these are going to be like 30-minute episodes, and they're not all going to be like 45 to 55-minute episodes, the way the Daredevil shows in the Defender saga are. I'm just absolutely thrilled, and we'll get to it, of course, with She-Hulk later. But we get that little glimpse of him in the trailer there. We get the confirmation. This is what this was what I wanted out of it. Like, my one single thing I wanted out of this con for me would have been just give me some Daredevil, give me that confirmation, give me a timeline, give me anything. And knowing I'm going to get to see him next month, And then, or I guess technically it could be the end of September. We don't know what episode that is, but knowing I'm going to get to see him in the next full MCU project, and then again in 2024, I cannot wait.
And animation.
Yeah,
You
I was
And
gonna say,
animation, yes. Yeah, like they had thrown me a bone yesterday just having him in the Spider-Man show.
if your whole thing was, I just want more Daredevil from this weekend, you got 3 separate things confirmed, and you know what? This proves when scoopers were like, oh, you know what? Foggy really likes Charlie Cox's Daredevil, and he plans to use him a lot. Boy, does he ever!
I mean, well, plus he's going to be an Echo, but I mean, call it what it is. They know when they have a great casting, and they're gonna freaking use him. What are they gonna do? Sit him on the shelf for 5 years? That'd be asinine.
Charlie Cox is like, oh shoot, more money, and I get to play the character that made me it made me a bigger star than anything. Oh no, I can't do that.
And now going to like a bigger platform, even with like MCU proper and stuff like that. So yeah, Chris, I know same thing we've talked about. Is big Daredevil fan. That's your residential nickname on Marvel Alliance.
Yeah. No, it made me so happy since I never saw the leaks of No Way Home, just seeing him on screen at that point, just getting that confirmation and just seeing him back. It just even all the leaks, the rumors of everything, just seeing it on screen, giving the proper due for this character that we've said it over before. If you have not read a single Daredevil comic at this point, you've got so many good options to choose from. It's been the single best run of any character with the creative teams that have just knocked it out of the park over and over and over again. Just even saying, as we said before, season 3 of the Netflix show did directly deal more with the Born Again run, doesn't mean there are elements of it, particularly with the rumors that we're hearing of Kingpin and Echo running for mayor and the effects
Just
of
Kingpin,
that.
not Kingpin and Echo, just so you know.
Yeah, Kingpin and Echo. Yeah,
So no one thinks,
exactly.
man,
Yeah.
Echo's running for mayor. What
Exactly, against each other. It's going to be kind of a fun thing.
That would be so good. The way She-Hulk's a legal drama. It's like it's a political drama. Echo and Fisk, like, she shot me in the face. How could you vote for her?
Especially with the idea of like, what are they going to be tipping their hat to, coming back into the Netflix, what's going to be true, what's not going to be true. It warms my heart. I had a serious debate tonight about wearing either Black Panther or Daredevil. I chose Black Panther, and I don't regret my choice for a second, but oh, Daredevil, thank you, Kevin Feige, for making us all happy.
Yes.
Taylor Field, like you said, as we've joked, but I think it's not a joke that you and Kirkland got to do your own retrospective. Like, I know me and Dylan's reviewed them, but I think that'd be fun for you guys to watch them all, and it gives you a reason. But
that's fresh Patreon content there.
Oh yeah, we're all saying. But obviously, so you don't have much of that on the show. But what do you think about that episode count, Taylor?
Yeah, 18 is
18
bold. I'm just
midnights.
thinking-
You ready?
that's exactly what I thought. As soon as I heard, I'm like, 18 midnights. That is going to be some rough mornings.
A couple of months.
Yeah, holy smokes.
That's like 4 months if they do it straight.
And what if Star Wars at the same time? You're just gonna like lose
Well,
it.
I saw a thing that the first 2 episodes of Andor and She-Hulk are both the same. Like, first episode of She-Hulk are the
They
same night.
overlap, yeah.
Yeah, like, oh.
She-Hulk the 17th and or the 31st, I think it is.
Oh my goodness! But you know what? It's for the fans. What can I say? But that being said, this show, like, I'm excited. I think you're right, Travis. I think it's about time me and Kirkland we put the seatbelts on and get into the retrospective of the Daredevil Netflix show. And I need to understand what's going on here, especially now that he made his appearance in No Way Home. I gotta know more about Charlie Cox's Daredevil. I got to get in there because the only reference I have is Ben Affleck's Daredevil. I can't have that anymore. I gotta immerse myself.
I like that movie too, so I don't know. But
I do, but yeah, Taylor's actually not a fan. Taylor loves everything, but he's not a fan of that Daredevil movie.
Well, specifically because I think you over-memed it with Bullseye. Like, Like,
I love Bullseye. Bullseye's great.
I
Colin
want
Farrell
a bloody
pulled his,
costume.
yeah, he poured his heart and soul into that and Penguin. He's a great villain actor.
that's true.
Daredevil, Dylan, we reviewed a lot of it. We spent many weekends binging it all. We don't got to binge it all, but we're gonna have 18 weeks of it.
I think I'm going to play devil's advocate on this. I love Daredevil. I love that show, and I'm glad this exists.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like some of these details. 18 episodes. Like, first of all, like MCU, particularly Disney Plus, the budgets have been like major issues on these things, where just major swaths of things look like garbage to me with the CGI, and just too many green screen sets and stuff like that. So I don't know, whatever the budget, like I don't know how this stuff works and how they allocate budget for what, and like, is this 18 episodes? Is that going to have the same budget as Miss Marvel and it's spread out across those 18 episodes? Is it going to get triple the budget? Like, these are kind of things that I'm concerned about. And I know Daredevil's not a character where you're going to have these crazy trips where he's going to other countries and fighting giant mystical beasts and stuff, but it's still something I'm concerned about. And yeah, 18 weeks, like if they release one episode a week, that, to me, that sucks. Like, I hope they do 2 a week or double up certain episodes, because, like, think about it. We're going to be in the last few episodes, we're going to be like having to remember things from 2 months prior. Like, I'm not going to be able to rewatch this.
It's like the 90s.
Episodes. Like, I'm not excited for that in concept. I think that sounds a bit too much. So I'm concerned about that for sure. And then, I mean, the other thing too is Daredevil back in the Marvel Netflix days, that was kind of, I don't know how to word this, but like, let's say that was like the critical path show. And then there was other things like Defenders or characters that would kind of diverge. But Daredevil was like the thing that started it. And, you know, we're kind of building off of that. But now, you know, Daredevil's going to have a lot of baggage now. He's like in Spider-Man, in She-Hulk, Echo, and he's going to be in something else after this too. Or, you know, this thing is so fucking long, maybe something else in between, like in the middle of the show. So there's going to be so much of this, like, okay, you got to hit this plot point, you got to hit this, you got to lead the character here, you got to follow it up from here. It's going to be messy too, because it's like, well, they're probably never going to confirm that the Marvel Netflix stuff is canon to it. So I just think it has a lot of potential to be very, very messy. And so I'm excited for it in concept, but I just think realistically, that's going to be really, really hard to get right. And that's kind of my concerns with it. But the idea is there, and I'll be watching it week to week. But, geez, I hope they have thought about some of these potential pitfalls, because they could just walk right into them, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm sure they just ignored all that. Has anyone seen the actual quote of where it says the 18 episodes? I can't find it.
I just saw a bunch of people tweet it that were at their live.
Because what we don't know, like, is that truly considered one season, or did we just effectively get told we're getting 3 seasons of Daredevil? You know what I mean?
Well, remember that happened, Taylor, we talked about that. Remember Andor at one point was rumored to have 5 seasons, but then it was actually 2 seasons of 12. And we're like, because the scooper probably thought, 6 episodes for a show, Andor's going to have all these seasons. But it's like, no, it's just 2 seasons, 12. So there's a chance. See, if it was 18 episodes and we're going to split this up into 3 seasons, like 3 years, then I would ease off the gas right away. Like, okay, this is just, let's say you're going to do 18 episodes in general, like a volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, then, no problem. But if it's 18 consecutive, I am with Dylan where that is a tough task. Like, I'm excited to see them try it, but that's bold to go from 6 and 9 to 18.
I just feel like the odds that season is as good as seasons 1 through 3 of the Marvel show, I don't know if I'm putting my eggs in that basket. So
that's
I
okay,
don't know
though.
if it's going to live up to the hype of the character that I've grown to love over the last few years.
It doesn't have to be as good as those shows. And I mean, I don't know if it can be as good as season 3 was. That season's phenomenal. But it can still be a very great, worthwhile show to have. But I really want to know, this whole 18 episodes thing it's just weird, right? It's weird. Like, are they really going to do 18 weeks in a row of one show? I mean, there were times that length of time would have given us the end of WandaVision and beginning all of Falcon and Winter Soldier or something like that. It seems odd that they would do that. I'm going to go out on a limb and just predict now that it's going to be, if it is considered one season, it's going to be one of those things where they split the season up.
Stranger Things just did?
Yes, Stranger Things just did perfect. Daredevil, Born Again, Part 1, episodes 1 through 8 or whatever, and so on. And there will be breaks in between. But regardless, it's going to be fascinating to see what they actually do with it.
Super bad, Mike. What if it's just the episodes edited cuts of the first 3 seasons, and then I like Super S-Bub's 3 seasons and 18 episodes? Oh boy, that'd be a big one. But I
mean, we talk about how long that is, and it's think back to regular television where it was always 20 to 23 episode seasons. I mean, Arrow and Flash, those were all 22 roughly, average 22. And so, I mean, it's a lot, but you know what? Let's just hope they have a better release order overall than Superman and Lois did this year, and we'll be all right.
And I also think if it is 18 weeks straight, I hope they play with the Wednesday, Friday release thing. Because I think if you have it always on a Wednesday, what does it mean for Star Wars shows? What does it mean for potential other Marvel shows? That's a long time. Like I guess you would just maybe not release anything else Marvel on Disney Plus in that
They don't
span.
have
But
on their calendar. They don't have anything in summer. They just say spring and then fall. So
they
don't-
will in a month and a half, but it,
do they?
Well,
what
like
is
even
it?
on the
Let's see.
images though, they don't have a slot there. So
That's
I mean,
true,
obviously that
yeah.
could change. but-
So that could literally you could have Agatha end, and then when Agatha end, it's just the summer of Matt Murdock, and it's just him
and
all
then
summer.
whatever TV show in the fall.
I like
Yeah.
Dylan's idea of just multiple episodes. Like some weeks, like in 18 episodes, you could have several mini arcs. Like we're going to give you a 3-episode arc this week, and maybe they're all only going to be 30, 35 minutes long, but there are 3 separate episodes, but they go together. I would be totally fine with that.
Jeez.
You think you could see something kind of along the lines like, oh, we'll release one show at 9 p.m. PST, then the next one at 12 a.m. PST.
I can see 2 different days, but I don't see just
yeah.
like
Not
messing
different
with
times.
hours on a daily basis.
Yeah, I could see, hey, get one episode on a Wednesday, one episode on a Friday. Now, again, I don't even know if that's like a good idea, but if they're playing around with it, sure. But yeah, Taylor's just trying to get them to do that 9 p.m. drop. Oh, what if you did one at a 9 and one at a 5? He's like, no, you're gonna take this. But
Watch them still have a rushed finale with this 18 episode show.
the
They just
17
can't get away from it.
yeah, 17 episode they introduce like Elektra and the whole hand again, and you're like, what's gonna happen? But
I feel like they need one more episode to flesh it all out.
yeah, that's gonna be me and something
Midway
like
through, they
Travis.
announce, we're adding 4 more episodes. They just keep adding like DLC episodes.
Remember when WandaVision, everyone thought there was the secret 10th episode or whatever?
secret
That's
episode.
what it's going to be like. We just
That's
won
where
episode
Mephisto is
19.
hiding.
Episode 9. The devil, he's here all along.
Now, obviously, this is something it's 3 years away, but it's just there's updates coming out. Deadline, Chris, you just shared that, tweeted out that Kevin Feige revealed that Russo brothers are not attached to direct those Avenger movies. Now, again, that could be contracts, tons of stuff, but as of right now, that's not part of the announcement.
Yeah,
so.
they're signing tomorrow probably. That way they can do it. They just held off so he could say that legitimately without lying.
Yeah.
People
so,
don't actually think that's happening, right? Like, I just assume they're done with the MCU.
Oh no, Pete, there's a lot of smoke to that. Yeah.
I still think it's happening. I just think they trust them, but I would not be opposed if they said, yeah, let's give it to someone new. And see, like Whedon did the first 2, they did the other 2. It'd be great if okay, now these 2 movies they're obviously combined, they're conjoined, right? It's just because the Russos have always said their dream project to come back would be Secret Wars.
And
so
one of them called it,
Right.
referred to it as a 2-movie project recently.
Oh, they did actually last week when they were promoting Gray Man. They said it would take about 2 movies, and you got about 2 movies here. So, so yeah, it could just be coy. But again, that also could just be money too. It could just be like, hey, we don't actually have them signed yet. Like we've talked to them, but yeah. What I was gonna do now is I was just gonna pull up the Phase 5 thing and then just go from project to project. And if anyone had anything to add, do that because we kind of hit I think the big talking points of trailers and stuff. Oh, I guess because it's on Phase 5 She-Hulk, we got that trailer.
Yeah.
I guess we should talk about that because we just got Daredevil. Dylan, we got that in a month. How you feeling? Also, we got a little look of Daredevil
We did.
and just a lot of Jennifer Walters. Was she looking better for you? How's the show? Your boy Abomination's in there,
My
looking
boy,
like
yeah.
he's a big main character in this too. He's her client, So
I don't know if I'm going to say big main character, but I think he'll be in a few episodes. I think this trailer was a lot better than the first one. I think the CGI is looking better for me. Maybe it was a lighting thing. Maybe it's just they had more time in the editing room. Maybe they just showed some better clips. Who knows what the reason? Maybe they were like they saw how critical people were the first one. They're like, we got to show our best things that we have in this second trailer. But I do think it looks better. I also think everyone's distracted by Daredevil in that last shot, but her suit is fully shown off there, which I don't know if I've seen that before. Like, have they shown off?
I think concept art. I don't think
Okay.
we've seen it. Just posters, but I don't think we've seen it
Yeah.
moving. Maybe it was.
I think it looks great. I mean,
Yeah.
she's still not really moving much. She's kind of just standing there, but I still think that looks really good. But I think this show just looks like a lot of fun. Like, I think for me, sometimes Marvel can struggle with like the smaller goon-like characters that aren't the big main villains, and I feel like this show just showing off all these like fun goon-like characters with their different weapons. I mean, maybe they're all like big Marvel characters that I'm just not aware of, but I'm sure some of them are just smaller nobodies, and I think they all look like fun. I think I don't know, just some of the like Wong's in there in a way that I'm curious if he's just kind of in there for one episode to have this one conversation, then he's gone, and they're just showing that because it's a fun thing to put in a trailer.
That joke was. I loved that joke. Oh, we swear by the book. Oh, the book of Ashante. No, like
Yeah.
the book of law. Like
Yeah.
like the world law. That worked for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say I'm much more hyped for this show now, and not just for the Daredevil part of it, because that there's really no story implication of what he means there. Obviously, he's also a lawyer, so you can infer something perhaps. But I mean, we also don't see him as a lawyer. So anyway, getting in the weeds there. But no, I think this looks really good. Definitely an improvement. I'd say I'm excited for it. There's a couple questions I have. Like at one point, she looks at the camera in a very fourth wall way that I was questioning what that.
It's confirmed.
Is.
There's fourth wall breaking.
Well, there you go.
I mean, it's in the trailer.
Yeah, the John Byrne era of the run, that was what it was famous for, which is what they pulled a lot of storylines from.
Wasn't she known for it before Deadpool was?
I'm not.
That I don't know. That
I
don't know.
I would say that might track, yes.
Oh, and then Brent's wrong, and then they're gonna say Marvel Alliance, no credibility. One
We
side.
really
Yeah,
don't.
That's all right.
We're okay with that.
Uh,
We just want those screeners. That's about all we're striving for.
yeah, we're all fighting for those screeners one day, you know.
Yeah.
Taylor Field, She-Hulk. Oh, go ahead, Brent.
Oh no. I was just gonna say with She-Hulk, it was. I think the CGI is definitely improved. There's a couple still shots in there that were maybe a little questionable, but
It's not perfect.
it's
but, yeah.
it's improved enough that at least for me, it's not going to be like detracting from the experience. Like that, the way it looked in the first trailer, like that would have bugged me. Like I still would have been able to enjoy the show. This isn't going to bother me. There maybe a couple shots here and there that stick out, but for the most part, it's going to be fine. The story looks fun. Like it looks like it's just going to be a blast watching her interact, especially with her cousin, with Bruce. Like that, the air horn thing was hilarious. Not to mention, of course, Daredevil, which we talked about, just in general. Oh, and Abomination. I mean, like that transformation. Why is Wong there? Well, he's there to take him to the Fight Club. Abomination to Fight Clubs, obviously. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, even without Daredevil. I'm really looking forward to this.
S. Bub Sky in the chair says she did do it before Deadpool. So there you go, listeners, if you're wondering about the fourth wall break. So that's happening. So
Credibility back.
yeah. There you go. 5 stars. So Taylor Field, Abomination. This had I agree with Brent. That transformation was great. To Tim Roth, the suit breaking off. You know, you got to be jazzed going on. You're a big Abomination guy.
Oh, I love it. Like heck, I can't cosplay as Abomination, but I'd wear the jail suit.
You
that
could be
he's wearing.
Blonsky for sure.
I'd be Blonsky. Yeah, I just sit in the chair like finger guns. Like, oh, I just love it. But it was super cool. The transformation, like him getting making a point, it just was super cool in that scene. But I like that we can kind of fill in the gaps a little bit here. I'm thinking where Wong shows up and he's obviously trying to set up this kind of thing. Well, we'll bring Blonsky out, do these kind of things like on his parole, something like that. I don't know. It'd be cool to see the little political side of that. I'm always down for a little politicalness in these kind of in this content, so I'm down for that. The CGI for She-Hulk, she looks so much better than that previous trailer. Oh my goodness, I'm just happy that we got those improvements. And just, I mean, you said it, Brent, just the dynamic between Bruce and her, it was humorous, it's fun, and I'm excited to see that. And just what she's gonna be getting up to, because there's so many different characters here. You got like the street level gang of like misfits that whipped out those powers. I don't know who they're associated with. Or
Are they
what
supposed to be
they're-
the Wrecking Crew? Was that the rumor going around?
I think that's who
Wreck-It.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. We fought them once in Marvel Alliance, the first game, Taylor. You wouldn't remember them.
Really?
But
I
yeah.
definitely don't
You fight them in
remember them.
Asgard, actually.
Really? Are they Asgardians?
Not necessarily, no.
Okay. They sound. I'm interested to see them. I won't hate on them, but I'm interested to see how they do. They look like they get the crap kicked out of them by She-Hulk, though. So that'll
Yeah,
be
I don't think
interesting.
I think they're gonna get wrecked. Right? It's a good old knee slapper. Chris, save us from that joke.
Save you from the joke. No, I won't. I'll let that hang there.
Silence.
I did think, again, just watching it on my phone, I'll have to give it a proper view on a bigger screen. But the CG did look better, and I'm happy about that. I've made no hidden secret that I'm a Tatiana Maslany fan, and I think the essence of what she's done in her career is really shining in that. She seems to be having a lot of fun with this, and especially I really enjoyed the transformation of when the Titania is busting through, and she's like, "Oh, I just bought this at that point. It is going to be the tongue-in-cheek kind of what this, and I said it on Marvel Alliance when we were doing predictions. I think She-Hulk's going to surprise a lot of people, and it's going to be the one that people said, well, I didn't think I'd be enjoying this as much as I am, but I really think it's going to win people with a lot of charm. So.
It feels like it could be like, not that people weren't not excited for Shang-Chi, but the way when Shang-Chi came out, people just absolutely fell in love with the movie, and lots of people rank it in like their top 5s or 10s and stuff. And I'm in complete agreement. I really liked the first trailer, and I loved this trailer. I got just as excited for this as I do for any of the movies this year. And that's not saying something, because last year I was more excited for the shows, but for the shows this year, I've been like, okay, I've been excited, but none of them have like really got me. I can't wait for this one other than Moon Knight, and yeah, the trailers are great. I love the dynamic. I love that it looks, if it follows the tones of each trailer, it's a good balance of comedy and drama going on. I loved all the stuff with her and Bruce. The Daredevil thing is just like a cherry on top. Like these guys have said, the CGI is looking better. But yeah, I don't like everything about the marketing, the trailers is working for me. There's not been a single misstep other than, yeah, she didn't look the greatest that first trailer, but there's the quality, the content of the show it's providing. I'm really, really excited for August. I'm excited for these 9 episodes. Again, they enforced during the panel, this is a 30-minute TV kind of comedy and stuff like that. But even for a comedy, it looks like, okay, we're going to have some moments where there is drama. But even if it's just a comedy, I'm fine. It looks great. And yeah, I can't wait. And I'm also surprised that, not that, I thought it might just be Matt Murdock. I actually didn't know if we would get Daredevil in the costume crime fighting. Now we don't know what that scene is, but still, he's rolling around. He has the batons. He has the yellow and red suit. I like this variation because I am not a fan of the yellow suit, because yellow is my least favorite color. I don't like the mustard sort of, I know, Dylan, you love it in Strikers, but like I hate like that mustard, like the pea look. So that yellow Daredevil costume, I think it's obnoxious. But this, it is obnoxious.
Tell us how you really feel.
But what I like about it is it looks like a good mixture. And again, we don't know if ever this will, they won't, they confirm about the Netflix continuity, but that the suit looks like it's the same texture from the Netflix show. It has that ribbing. It looks like it looks like it is like an armor layered sort of thing, but it's not like a high tech thing. So I like that. And I can't wait for She-Hulk. This looks fantastic. I think it's gonna be tons of fun. So now what I'll do is, I will do a screen share. I'm going to pull up the Phase 5. So, we talked about this way earlier, but they announced that Wakanda is going to be the end of Phase 4. So, a lot of things that we thought was also Phase 4 is not. It is Phase 5. So, kicking off Phase 5 is next year is Ant-Man Wasp Quantumania. Feige said there's a very specific reason. I don't think I have anything to add on that we already haven't talked about with Jonathan Majors, stuff like that. But does anyone have anything to say on Quantumania?
I like that we're getting to see presumably our big villain of the phases of the multiverse saga earlier. Yeah, we saw Thanos relatively early, but it was like 10 seconds here and 2 minutes there and stuff up until Infinity War. Whereas we've already seen Jonathan Majors. He's had more screen time already than we ever saw of Thanos in the first 3 phases pre-Infinity. And I really like that. And so to me, the big reason to start with that is introducing him.
And then S. Bubs, it's funny, this came out too. Kwame footage description, Scott Lang wrote a book about saving the world and became a celebrity. That drove away from Cassie. You know what? We fucking joked about this during the Miss Marvel review, and they're doing it. We said that he was the guy that spoiled all like the Endgame battle. That's how Miss Marvel, like he's got to give the details. Remember the podcast Big Me Little Me, but we like really went off like, what if he was the guy that said everything? And the fact that they might actually do this plot line, and I think it kind of fits for Scott Lang the way he is. Like he's a nice guy, but he kind of puts himself in these situations where, look at Ant-Man and the Wasp, like he accidentally got Hank and Janet Hank and Hope, right? Janet's the OG, he got them in trouble, right? Like the authorities were after them because he kind of screwed up. So he's that guy that does kind of screw up, and I think Paul Rudd playing this kind of like getting famous celebrity, like I think that's gonna be tons of fun. But I'm so happy we joked about that on those reviews. Oh my god, that's fantastic. So
it makes you wonder who's listening to those.
Yeah. It's not like they weren't filming that movie at all before, So
wasn't there a lot more details released of this today? Because I missed that whole part of the show.
I think just on Majors. Dylan, I forgot. MODOK is confirmed to be in Ant-Man. This was a rumor, but he is confirmed to be in Ant-Man. We don't know who's playing him, but the rumors is Corey Stoll, the guy who played Yellow Jacket in the original Ant-Man. So there might be some sort of origin there. And then Bill Murray was confirmed. Bill Murray confirmed that a while back, but it's confirmed. Bill Murray is going to be in that. So that's some of the other details
As
that
just
came
an
out.
unknown character.
Unknown as of right now, yeah.
So what do you guys think the deal was with MODOK then? Is he like because him and Kang, like who's the main villain of that then, or is there not one? What's the deal with MODOK?
I think MODOK kind of is the main, and Kang is there, but he's guiding MODOK maybe in a way. But I think, as I keep saying, Majors is starring in it. He'll be in it a lot. Maybe there's a chance too that Kang is not even like the fully evil version, right? He could be like a nice scientist that we meet, and like, oh, we could trust this guy, and he's non-trustworthy.
Well, if we go back to Ant-Man and the Wasp, a lot of us, and I pointed out Marvel Alliance, that Chronopolis is very much very much seen in the quantum realm when they're going after Janet at that
That's
point.
Kang City for people that
Kang
don't
City,
know.
yeah, Kang City.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with we've seen Ant-Man and the Wasp be very, very jokey at that point. I still think it's going to be jokey, but I think this is going to have a very serious tone. I think it'll start off jokey, and then when they get either MODOK and or particularly Kang involved at that point, that's where it starts shifting, and that's when Scott's got to be a much different person and have that that realization moment that you can be the celebrity, but things are going to get real fast, and you can't just luck your way out of it anymore.
On the topic of MODOK, I want to share something because I'm just curious, and you guys can totally shut me down because I'm just pitching this random thing here.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, if the same actor is coming back, rumored,
Right, yes.
to play MODOK, and then we happen to see this big ass Yellow Jacket helmet in Loki. What are the odds if this is the same character that something happened here with the head and that transitions into MODOK?
Completely
MODOK
plausible
does
to
have a
me.
big-
I remember
I
it came
will
up
not
on
shut
Loki.
that down. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will sign off on that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Feige,
it.
if you're listening,
The movie's already shot. You're like, if you're listening, reshoots, baby.
Reshoots.
Oh yeah, and I gotta. I have to share one thing, Chris. The cover you shared of Kang Dynasty. I hope that they won't do this for the movie poster, but I'd love if they got Jonathan Majors to do a poster like this. What a cool cover for Kang Dynasty right there. Just the.
Stabbing her.
I would love a recreation of that, but no, I don't think we'll go that far. But still, after that was let me pull up here. Secret Invasion is coming out spring 2023. It was not on. I don't know if it was on the panel or whatnot, but that popular guy from I always screw up his name. It's like John whatever Roger. Either way, the guy from Bridgerton that everyone loves. He's going to be in Secret Invasion. And Colby Smulders was talking about it. They've confirmed some people. Don Cheadle's War Machine's in it. So I feel like it's just some... And this footage was just described as like a thriller, which we kind of knew, right? So...
Can someone again? I'm forgetting exactly when is this taking place in the timeline because I've seen two different things.
I thought I've heard that some of it could be before the blip or during the blip, and then I've heard...
I've heard during the blip, which begs
Yes.
a lot of questions.
Yes. Which doesn't make sense, you know.
You think which one's during the blip? I think I got mixed
Secret
up.
Secret
Invasion.
Invasion.
What questions are you alluding to, Chris?
Because
Nick Fury.
he got snapped, and how is he alive during the
Well,
blip?
I mean, we've
then
got
in
to
5
we've got to
years? Yeah.
scroll,
Yeah.
at that point, but it's easy. But they made it a big kind of to do that Nick Fury's back, things like that. Nick Fury is in this.
What if the Nick Fury we saw at the in the end credits of Infinity War? What if that was a scroll that disappeared and the real Fury stayed on Earth in hiding?
I'll take it.
I don't know
Yeah.
if that's for sure, but that's what and also didn't he disappear with Maria Hill in Infinity War, right? And that who else was a scroll at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home was Maria Hill. So what if it was the wife and duo couple of those Skrulls that disappeared, but they were actually alive during that
Why?
time?
Again, why would the beeper is an issue for me?
But he knew Captain Marvel though, right? That Skrull, Talon, remember? She helped save. They
But she
worked
gave that
together.
specifically to Fury, though.
But maybe Fury, maybe he put himself in a dangerous position where, hey, I don't want to lose this.
Maybe
page.
she gave it to the wrong Fury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not trying to be a jerk or anything. I'm just saying these are
it's
the questions that people are going to have.
100%. If Fury got snapped, it's the same way as like before yesterday when we're seeing the freshman year. I'm like, why is Norman Osborn, Harry Osborn in the show? Then it's like, oh, it's a what if tale now. But I agree.
Talos,
yeah. Oh, Talos, not Talon.
Thanks, Phil.
Talon is that's Bruce's brother. But yeah, that's my only theory going in. That those were maybe the Skrulls that got disappeared. So, anything else to add on Secret Invasion?
I feel like I'm very confused by this, and like I haven't rewatched Captain Marvel in a while, so I just don't know what the fuck's going on in that world of things. So I'm a bit lost on that one, but I am excited. I mean, the casting and stuff, knowing who's going to be in there, like that's. And you said it's a thriller. I don't think I knew that. That sounds pretty awesome. We haven't really seen that before in the MCU, right? So that's cool.
Winter Soldier, I'd say a bit with the like the political thriller of like who can you trust and stuff like that. So. After that was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, getting the very, I would say, Adam Warlock-y type of logo with looking gold. I don't have much to add on here because I haven't seen the footage. I've seen like some leaks of the Baby Rocket stuff, but I don't need much. It's James Gunn directing a Guardians film. I'm in, and I think they hit a lot that, hey, this is the last time you're going to see this collection of characters together, at least for the foreseeable future. So.
Which I mean, I think that's good in a way. Like we had a good amount of time with them, and it sucks that their inclusion in Thor was kind of lacking. But I mean, for me the thing was like seeing Will Poulter on stage or wherever it was, and like just that hairdo he's got. He's come a long way from We're the Millers, and I'm very excited to see him in this role. I think that's very exciting for me. And then there's some other interesting cast details there too, but. Yeah, I think this one like is, I guess of all this stuff, it's probably the most like known variable. Like it's just going to be a very funny, good movie, emotional, and I'm curious where they're going to leave off some characters. Because Travis, I think you mentioned earlier that you think Nebula's going to die. I feel like there's a lot more to do with Nebula, and I hope she sticks around. But I also don't know, without another Guardians movie on the horizon, I don't know where you put her. But I hope she makes it through. I want to see more of that character. I mean, I want to see more of all of them. They're also fun, but I think you're right that it will be very definitive, and we'll see a lot of that team kind of get removed. Or I just think we'll see the disbanding of the team. You know, a couple of them will go their own way, but probably not a continuation of it. But I'm excited for that one.
I'm just not looking forward to him going Suicide Squad on these main characters.
First 5 minutes kills them all.
Yeah.
Introducing new Guardians.
Yeah.
As Bub said, and I've seen this, Major said that he'll have his classic green and purple, but no blue skin. You got to correct, because I forgot about this last time. I always forget sometimes that his skin is not actually blue. It's like the mask that comes down.
It's armor.
It's armor, yeah, but I guess they're not doing that, which is, it's fine. Like, I don't care. He's going to have the armor and stuff. Cool. The green and purple's where it's at and everything. As long as you don't mess with Major's face, we're good to go. So, anything else on Quantum Mania for anybody? Or, sorry, Guardians 3? Going once, going twice. Echo, they didn't really talk much about Echo in this. Nothing new really. Just the date is summer 2023. So
there you go.
Loki and Echo make our summer.
yeah, and then like Chris was saying, Loki season 2, which fits. We got that summer last year. Marvel's nothing new is added here, which is funny because someone I swear was like, Brie Larson is at Comic-Con. It's like,
Yeah,
well,
I saw someone say
she
that
was
too.
definitely in the crowd then because she wasn't up here. But so
She's
maybe
hanging with
Waiting
Henry.
for Feige to
Hang
come
with
out.
Henry.
Yeah, she was actually at the DC panel.
Oh no, they didn't bring her out though. They should have. But yeah, I bet D23. We'll hear more about that. Blade. All we got confirmed was that it's filming October, coming out November 3rd, which I'm just very happy we have a date. The two movies I wanted dated was Blade and Deadpool. I got half of that, and I'm still worried about Deadpool because I don't think Deadpool's a D23 thing. I hope I'm wrong, but Blade has a date, November. Cool. Anything to add on Blade or Ironheart? No.
Well, I'll quickly say on Blade, like when we did our shout out to our Patreon, go get this episode where we did our MCU 10 years. We predicted what they're going to do for the next 10 years. And I think we put Blade in 2024, so this is kind of sooner than we were all expecting based on our conversation there. So that's good.
We got to do a recast of that. We got to go look at our schedule and see like how it matches up to what's announced.
Yeah.
Actually, we got to do that. So patrons,
That'll be
look out for
Well,
that.
we're already
one.
wrong on Blade, and that's good. I'm happy that it's like sooner than we expected. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, November's pretty close to 2024, but still, it's very exciting to have that soon.
And then Superman Mike, I'm gonna ask. He asked about Ghost. That's gonna be coming up soon. Then Agatha, Coven of Chaos. They changed that from Agatha, the House of Harkness. That's coming out winter 2023/2024. So I think they're meaning like Mando, where it drops in the winter, continues the next year.
Right.
I just laughed with it. It looked like they weren't confident on the show of like it's 2023 or 2024. We're not sure. And that's another one. You talk about Deadpool stuff like that. I was surprised there was nothing to do with Wanda in this conference at all. If you would have asked me 5 things of what would have been for sure, I thought the Scarlet Witch movie, or if it was a series, but I think it's a movie, was a lock, and it was not. Now, again, many more times announced things, but I thought we were gonna for sure get that.
Is that
here,
like a
so.
spoilers thing? Like they don't want to? It's too close to multiverse.
Maybe they want to wait a little bit. You're right, because she's dead. Quotations like she
Yeah, I
did
feel
the
like
right
maybe
thing.
they want to reveal her as like a post credit or something, and
Okay,
then
yeah.
do an official announcement. I don't know.
No, I don't think that's wrong and stuff like that. So, anything to add on Agatha name change? Anything?
No, I mean, we don't have much to go on.
Yeah.
We just know it's still happening, which is good.
Yeah, got the date. So
They like the alliteration in the title. Went from double H's to double C's. So
yeah. Yeah.
Chaos magic, chaos.
Yeah. And then we got the date for. We got lots of rumors, but Captain America: New World Order for life, coming out May 2024. Yeah, again, that's in that Avengers type of slot, and I was just begging to get a detail, like just a crumb of what it is. Like we got the title, so that's cool. I'm very much looking forward to a plot synopsis, a villain, whatever it may be. But we got a date, and then the last thing on that was the Thunderbolts, which they said would be ending Phase 5, which took me very surprised. But at the same time, we've had times where it's like, look, Ant-Man ended Phase 2, right? So it doesn't necessarily mean this has to be a big thing. But I like, for years, we've heard Thunderbolt rumors all the way like back to Infinity War. I like that's finally confirmed here. Someone asked, I think it was Dave, Superbad, when you asked, like, when would we ever see Ghost again? I think this is a good shot. But I'm just happy we got Captain America and Thunderbolts confirmed for 2024.
when is Thunderbolts? The image I'm looking at doesn't have that on.
July 26, 2024. That's the date. So summer.
All right.
Summertime. Anything to add on those gentlemen?
Yeah, I said this during the live reaction. I'll say it again. Where this could be a kind of a Empire Strikes Back of the idea of where we're at the end of this phase, in the sense of, do we have an Avengers team yet? Do we have someone, and it kind of goes to Phil's point, very similar to Avengers logo.
Yeah, kind of broken and stuff. Yeah, I can see that.
We don't have an official Avengers team. And when the Thunderbolts were introduced
The
by
new team.
by Kurt Busiek and Mark Bagley, there were no Avengers in that universe. They were gone, and this team took over.
That's a good point, because this is the end of Phase 5, so you could use the Thunderbolts are the new team that's going to help us, and then if things go to bad, Phase 6, you're getting the Avengers back,
And they don't have the same guys as they are. They are under different names than what we know them.
Oh yeah, so this isn't Zemo. This is like when they did the Dark Avengers, right? Like Norman was the Iron Patriot, and when they had Bullseye was Hawkeye. They have just a bunch of villains. They pretty much tried to do that with John Walker's Cap already, right? Like in this universe, they tried to fix it as like, oh, we have a new Captain America.
David, you can't write that nor say it. You just got to experience it. You can't just say Valentine. You have to just think it.
Just don't call her Val.
Yeah.
Don't call her Val. Super
Don't call
Ben
her
Mike says Sharon Carter most likely the big bad for Cap 4. I think bigger. I think she'll be in it, but I think it's going to be, and not even if it's Red Skull. I just think someone, a bigger person or bigger organization or something. I don't think just Sharon Carter.
I could see her working with the organization. I'm just glad. We've known it was coming, but to see them announcing, Sam Wilson is Captain America. Thank goodness.
How about Armor Wars for Sharon Carter before that?
That was another one that didn't get dated. People were
Yeah,
surprised.
hey,
We
that's
got nothing about Armor War. I think that's a good poll, Chris. But well, actually, again, that could be D23 because that's a Disney
Yeah.
Plus show. So, and that was the big thing where I'll try and find it to end us off here, the Phase 6 thing, because I wanted to find the slots. If because someone had the Phase thing, and it had the blanked out, like the empty spots and everything like that. I'll try to find it here as I'm killing
For
time.
Phase 6.
Yeah, because it had.
I have it on my screen if you want me to share it.
Yeah, if you got it perfect, yeah, because it had that and then it had some empty slots. So that's where I think there's a lot of stuff that, like Armor Wars, a few things we haven't heard about, and even D23. Like I know they're mostly people think they're going to announce shows. They could announce some movies there because at the end of the day, these things still go on their platform. They're still. So there you go. So well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So. Is that kind of looking like there is something in between the two? That would probably be a show, right? The summer, I
Most
imagine.
likely.
It's another movie. Like, fuck it. We're gonna do another. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 slots open right now. Woo.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's a lot right there. But that could be Armor Wars. That could be a whole. That could be one of those. I think has to be. Please has to be Deadpool. I just.
I brought it up in the live reaction. That would be an interesting way.
I just want a date. The same way like with Blade and Cap, I just want that official date of okay, we know where it's coming around. I believe them. They announced they're making a Radar Zombie show. I believe them they're doing it. I just
they don't throw the animated stuff on these pictures, it looks like, hey?
No, it doesn't look like it. So there's even a bigger slate when we get that
Yeah.
everything ad. Oh, that's going to be juicy, So one of those, and I was going to say that. So Brent, you were talking about that earlier, like they've never had that at Comic-Con, but I don't know if I recall them ever leaving a spot open and it becoming No Way Home. I thought it was almost like the animated stuff where they added that in later to a slate,
Yeah, No Way Home was Homecoming, Far From Home. Those were all pushed in
Yeah, okay.
to the slates. They didn't ever leave the link for it.
So, and this could be 8 slots plus Spider-Man. Well, easily, So fall.
Well,
yeah.
you got to think more than that. I mean, potentially in this amount of time, there could be 2 or 3 Spider-Man movies.
So I got to ask too, because we know as of right now, supposedly, he has one more MCU crossover appearance left. Do we believe that they're saving it for this one of these Avengers movies? 'Cause that's a long time.
That is.
That's a long.
That is a long time.
Because
You would think there'd be some kind of like limitation on that.
yeah, and wouldn't it be weird? Let's say if Sony said, "Hey, we're not doing
Hold
the
it
deal."
over his head this entire time.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly they're saving it for Daredevil Born Again, but
Oh,
outside that idea,
They
For
just
episode
use that for all
13.
18 episodes.
Episode
No, all
13.
18, it's them together. But imagine, I don't think that could happen, but imagine the world where Sony says, yeah, we want to make our own Spider-Man movies, and they're doing that, but they still got to have him appear in one of the MCU films. That seems like a long time. That's 2025. So you're telling me if it was that, Spider-Man will not be in the MCU till for 3 more years?
it feels too long.
That feels way too long to me. But then what else? What do we have announced? What would he appear in? We have the slate now. It's just like there's no other kind of crossover event
Yeah,
until we're.
nothing's too straightforward.
I mean, we're assuming that deals and contracts haven't been modified or shifted. All it takes is both parties saying, "Okay, we're all good from here. Let's make a new one going forward."
I just still don't see where
I
he's
mean,
appearing next.
The
I
thing
just
is, if no one
mm.
knows who he is, then which project is he gonna pop up in?
Madam
Yeah.
Web.
I mean, you laugh, but that's actually not ridiculous.
You know
It's
what?
not.
I don't know. I don't want no Madam Web brought up on this show. It's already inherited and taken over Marvel Alliance since I've been gone and everything. But Unfiltered, yeah, this is a popular fan theory too. Appearing in Fantastic Four when Watts was in the chair. But even then, maybe there's something there. But I don't. Oh no, not the blueprint hashtag. Oh
Jeez.
god.
I don't even know. What
But
that
yeah,
is.
Spider-Man's second appearance was the Fantastic Four were in Amazing Spider-Man 1, which is his second appearance. I mean, those characters, they go deep way back there. It'd be awesome to see them together. I always love seeing Peter and Johnny Storm together, for example. But do you I mean, I wouldn't think it'd be very much because you got to focus on the Fantastic Four if
I
you're
agree.
introducing them. So that feels like it could overhype it. It definitely won't be a Disney Plus project. It's going to be something they can shoot for $1 billion on. I'm with you though. I don't know what it would be.
Well, we did it. Is there anything else from today's panel? Chris and Brent, are you still breaking down the animation stuff tonight, or what is your plan?
I'm game if you are, Brent.
I don't mind talking about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's gonna happen for the live people is because we did our podcast, me, Taylor, and Dylan. We'll jet out of here, and then these guys are going to continue because they haven't talked about the animation. But is there anything specifically from today that anybody wanted to shout out about the live action panel that we haven't talked about, hit on, etc. before we close that off?
I found an image for you,
Oh,
Travis.
no.
Here, let me
It's
just-
not
just
some
pop it in.
Morbius Bilbo.
No,
stuff.
no. I think I just found
Morbin
it.
time,
This is,
baby.
like,
This
this is
feels-
incredible. Look at
You're
that.
such a
Oh my
bastard.
God.
Oh wow, he found it.
I can tell Winter
The
too.
missing
I can
link.
tell in Taylor's voice when he's about to troll me. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I can tell. Yeah. No. You
Taylor, if you
bastard.
just dropped that in the chat later, he would have totally fell for it.
That'd be
anything
so random to
legitimate.
have Fantastic Four and 2 Avengers, and then just on the bottom row, just Deadpool. Then.
Just Deadpool.
Deadpool,
Anything-
likes the bottom, you know.
He does. He's proven. But yeah.
One thing for me is that like looking at these way these phases are set up, like I don't expect the X-Men movie now until like 2026, which is
Yeah.
fucking
You might not be
wild
wrong.
and a
Yeah.
long ass time away. And that's to me that's like the biggest bummer of the day. I think is
Mm.
I didn't necessarily need details, but just with the other details we got, I don't know where X-Men fits into that. You're definitely not putting it in 2025.
Yeah, I agree. There's no way you're doing Fantastic Four, X-Men, and Avengers. And that's the thing that I said on the live stream. Like, it is a bummer, but at the same point, I think they can almost hold it back just because they know, like, right after, like, if you have that whole thing again of, oh, MCU fatigue, I'm done with the MCU after Secret Wars. Guess what? X-Men phase.
Yeah, no,
7,
I
you know?
totally get it. It's just
Yeah.
it's just a bit of a bummer for me for sure.
Oh, I'm with. No, I'm I'm full sync.
Yeah.
Now we know why X-Men '97 got 2 seasons because like, yeah, you can keep making that show. We're not getting the X-Men for a little bit, you know. So
probably
But it
didn't help
does
that I
give us
played
X-Men
Legends
content.
for an hour or two this morning. I was
Nice.
getting
Yeah,
a little hyped. So, yeah.
yeah. Oh no, one day. I'm waiting. X-Men's my favorite Marvel stuff, but you know what? Hopefully it comes, and hopefully I don't die in that time. I'd like to see one MCU X-Men film before I leave the planet. But yeah, I think that's that's your phase 7, which is crazy. But yeah, I think you're right. 2026. I don't think you're wrong. I think that's what we're looking at now. You know, that's the ballpark. So maybe a mutant, maybe somebody like in that time, like one
Yeah,
mutant, but like
definitely.
the actual team, a school, the roster. We're a little bit even stuff like
We're waiting.
Shang-Chi too. Like I thought would be sooner. I thought because usually they do sequels every 3 years, and maybe that could still be announced. But there's some things like Eternals. Like I guess are those secret slots, or are those on hold until
Yeah.
after Secret Wars? Crazy times, you know.
It is crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that does it for us. Let's see. One last thing Phil says. Brandon Davis interviewed Kevin Feige. He alluded to the fact that he wanted the X-Men sooner than later. It doesn't seem like that, Feige. No. But yeah, well, or he can just keep saying that. You know, he can, oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's a
love
pretty
this
non-committal sentence to drop.
Yeah.
So.
But a shout out to Kirklin for being on here. Brendan, Chris, this was lots of fun. Thank you for you guys,
Thank
you
you.
know, bringing your
Thank
big
you.
knowledge. Oh no, and thank you. Obviously, these guys are going to keep going. They're going to keep talking. Brendan, Chris, so stay tuned. But thank you to everyone in the chat for whether it was DC or the day or Marvel Day. One, you guys bring in some like actual good discussion, but then just entertainment as well. And people gave some super chats today, so we appreciate that. So yeah, we really thank you. This was everything I wanted to be for a weekend. Like this led up, like just good as far as like obviously, you know, DC kind of happened, but like for the Marvel stuff, man, just I'm happy. It's a great time to be a geek. Look at all this stuff we got. Look at 18 episodes of shows, years planned, multiple phases happening, sagas. Damn.
Dogs
What a
and
good
cats living together, mass hysteria.
time. Exactly.
This
So
is fun. Fun day.
yeah. All right. Well, we're out of here. You guys have a good show. Catch the rest of you
Thank
guys
you.
later. We'll be born.
Bye-bye.
Have a good
Thank
one.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. All right. Here. Oh, Brent's got to make sure it's.
I had to fix this.
Oh yeah, so yeah, Brent and I want to talk about a little bit about the Marvel animation since we were geeking out offline about all this
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
the other day. So
I was at work not being very productive during that time.
and you know what? At that point, we also don't want to wait, you know, till next Thursday night to talk about this. So, wait, where do you want to start, Brent?
Spider-Man.
All right, no surprise there. Freshman year, you know, we started off with this idea when it was first announced that this was going to, at least they alluded to, or at least made it seem like this was going to be MCU proper in the sense of Sacred Timeline, that this, they made, like I
I mean,
said, they
the
made
press
some
release
allusions.
was pretty clear. It said MCU Spider-Man.
Yeah, it does. It just brings some interesting questions in the sense of Norman Osborn being in the room.
Yeah, I don't understand at all how this could still be considered a prequel to the Spider-Man of the Prime timeline, of the Sacred timeline, if you will. To me that makes absolutely no sense. With the Osborns, Doctor Octopus, Scorpion, like it doesn't line up. Doctor Strange, even like we saw him meet. Like Daredevil's the one that does make sense to me, only because we haven't seen those two characters interact. But they wouldn't have found it so funny that Dr. Octopus's name was Dr. Octopus if he had already met him. Like maybe the others, but Peter would not have found it as funny. Or he wouldn't be as surprised by the Osborns. We saw him meet Doctor Strange in Infinity War. I know officially what they're saying right now, but to me, I think eventually we're going to find out this is effectively What If: Spider-Man.
Yeah, especially, we got from the Runaways Nico.
Which I'll be real curious to find out if they're going to use her again in live action anytime soon after that.
Yeah, like you said, Doc Ock, Chameleon, Rhino, Scorpion, Norman Osborn, all featured in the show. Has a date of 2024. As we'll come to see, we have 2 animation shows. What If is not premiering this year. We'll talk about What If in a little bit. But no animation this year. 2 animations for 2023, 2 animations in 2024. I like that they have sprinkled those out. Two a year? Yeah, sure. Let's go for it. But I thought the animation style of this, I'm glad it's different than What If. I like the kind of nostalgia 60s look of where we're putting it. And I love that first costume. I'm sorry, but I do.
Yeah, I think it's fun. Like, it's the kind of costume I would see in a comic book and be like, it's cool for this story. I wouldn't want it to be the main one that is his primary costume for the next 10 years. But for a story arc or two, sure, it's a fun mix up there. It just dawned on me, this is in 2024 along with Daredevil, so there's going to be so much Daredevil that year.
Oh, God, so woe was us.
Yeah, I'm so disappointed by that. I'm excited to see it. Yeah, you mentioned the different animation style. To me, it looks fine. It does look a little more kiddish, for lack of a better way to describe it.
I would say
less detailed or less sophisticated. I don't know. Regardless, it's different. I'm fine with it. I don't have any complaints about the look. I'd love to see some of it in motion. If it's kid friendly and stuff, great. Then I can watch it with my son. No problem.
Oh yeah,
I'm not watching Marvel
see this
Zombies
being that way.
way.
Like I said, the Daredevil costume is an interesting one with the more black and offset by the white stripe. Red stripes.
Yeah, it looks. It's a different kind of costume. Cool. I'm into it.
Yeah. So.
Oh, and Charlie Cox is voicing him. We didn't say that.
Yes, we did. Very quickly, because I know we might forget it. I Am Groot. They did unveil a new trailer, and it looks like they did see some of the footage. Bradley Cooper is voicing Rocket, and we got who's joining us?
It's Kirklin.
Hello.
He's
Coming
back.
back.
He's back.
Where is everyone?
Oh, they all left, so we're talking about some of the animation stuff.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
that's great.
You're welcome to stay.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll stick around for a little bit.
Just started talking about I Am Groot, which
very nice.
for some reason had in my head it was going to be more, let's call it 2D animation, like What If style or something. And no, it's like the CGI Groot, which fine with me, not complaining. The trailer made me laugh. It looks adorable. I'm gonna have fun with it.
Yeah, it very much gave me Pikmin vibes. If you guys ever played that game back in the day, just like the little creatures around the little leaf initially. And yeah, I completely agree with you guys. I think the animation was a surprise, but a welcome surprise. It reminded me of like the Baymax series that they just put out. I'm not sure if you guys checked that one out, but the animation looked phenomenal in that. And again, this one looks really, really good. And yeah, it looked cute and fun. I think it's gonna be a fun time.
And with this and Spider-Man Freshman Year, Season 2 is already ordered.
Yes. Yeah. In Spider-Man's case, it's literally called sophomore year.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, that's super jazz. I know we were talking a bit about that on how it seemed like the initial pitch for the show was just of like his adventures kind of off screen, like things that we didn't see leading up to the film, and then now it seems like they're changing that a bit just with the villains that they're showcasing. And I get it, you can still call it an MCU title because technically it could just be a multiverse somewhere and they're all a part of the MCU.
Yes.
But I think it's awesome because now we're not limited to the characters or villains that we've already seen, like with the Tom Holland movie. So now we can get weird. We can get we can get some fun villains that are just iconic Spidey ones, but ones that we haven't seen yet. So I'm really looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. But Marvel Zombies TVMA.
Is that official?
That is
rating?
official.
Yeah.
Yes,
Wow.
that is official. That rating is official. Not only that, just seeing who the good guys are going to be in this. Shang-Chi, Kate Bishop, Yelena Belova. Just trying to pull up the image. Bucky's there, Scarlet Witch. And I might have misread this, and it might be one of those hopes and things that maybe voice cast come back. I mean, Simu just posted earlier yesterday after this news broke just a simple zombie emoji.
Yep.
At that point, so maybe he's voicing it. I would love to see maybe a few of these, if not all of these, being voiced, but it doesn't have to be because, as we know, sometimes your live action are not the best voice actors.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not the same thing always.
So since the zombies thing being TVMA is official, and I just found that out, and does this like quiet people's doubts about Deadpool now, like being just rated R?
I think so. I think it also it makes it super exciting that Deadpool isn't just the one thing that could be R-rated. Like now that we're getting the Marvel Zombies MA, like it's not just limited to Deadpool. And I know Kevin Feige said that it was gonna be Deadpool, and still a lot of people. It's like, okay, I'll believe it when I see it. And then the fact that this is happening, it's like, oh, okay, I guess we're really getting that Deadpool. And then what else are we going to be getting that's MA going forward?
Yeah, and I don't necessarily want them doing a ton of TVMA stuff because I think that does exclude people who are, in my opinion, should not be excluded. But if you're going to do it, a zombies show, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, they were pretty gory and stuff, I thought, with the What If episode. So if they're going to take it even further than that, I'll be very interested to see what they're going to do.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, so it's especially it also is confirmed that this is the same. This is going to be the same universe as the What If episode.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm excited to see what's going on with Thanos, right? That was the big cliffhanger at the end of that episode. So very excited to see what happens there. I was even just going to quickly mention, I feel like moments of Multiverse of Madness even had some, like, where I felt like they're pushing like their limit of what they could be doing with that rating. It was like, wow, they're really going full.
They were definitely pushing it, like Black Bolt's head exploding, or even Mr. Fantastic's head exploding. Everyone focuses on the spaghetti he became. I'm like, rewatch that scene and just watch his head. It's pretty gruesome.
Even just like the giant one-eyed monster that Strange dispatches earlier on, like the way he just like pops the eyeball out, it just seemed very, very darker MCU than what I was used to seeing. I loved it. It was a beautiful image.
Which was apparently Elizabeth Olsen's eye. They apparently scanned her eyes to make that.
Really? Oh, that's a
why
fun
not?
fact. I didn't know that.
So What If season 2, which we thought, and I want to say the showrunner or the head of Marvel kind of animation at that point basically tweeted out that this was happening this year, and it looks like not ready enough. It'll look like to possibly start us off in early 2023.
Yeah, that's.
I really thought it would be this year. It seems kind of. I don't know why I expected like a new animation project every year, because I mean last year was the first year that it's happened, but I had in my head that we would be. That said, again, I mean they've had so many projects this year. It's fine to push it back. If they need the time, they need the time.
Yeah, and we'll get that episode that didn't make the first season cut with that, and I think we've got some very interesting. I'm trying to scroll back to find kind of the breakdown of what we did see for titles or matchups. Give me 1 second as I'm getting back in the chat.
That one that was cut, was that the Gamora?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, Gamora. Getting there.
Yeah, we're supposed to get that one this year though, and they just delayed it because they couldn't
So,
finish.
Yeah, we'll get
makes sense.
a Hela story, Captain Carter meeting the Winter Soldier, which will probably be Steve in the his Iron Man. Tony on Sakaar, so that's the one with Valkyrie and Hulk.
Right.
That's the Gamora one. And Odin versus the Mandarin.
That should be interesting, but you would think Odin. I mean, as cool as the Mandarin was, Odin would just destroy him, right? You would think. Obviously not, but
Yeah, and What If Season 3 is also in the works. Not surprised to anyone.
Yeah.
No, I mean that's the kind of thing that they could just keep pumping out every year or every couple years as they go through the phases, because they can just mine each new phase for new episodes of that. Not to mention they can go back and revisit older phases for like areas that they haven't done much with.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
All right, I've been saving it. We've all been thinking it. We've all waited, and X-Men 97 is back in action. That'll be 20. So we got this in 2023, right? Next year. This is our one for next year, Brett.
Yes.
Yes,
I'm not
next,
but
next
yes.
fall. So
Yeah, next fall.
Because the way I look at it is, I have a little over a year to do a rewatch of the entire series and pick up the handful of episodes here and there from the last couple seasons I never actually saw. Because there's 2 or 3 of them at least that I know I didn't see. So
Yeah, the team is basically kind of who we've gotten used to as the main team. Storm is rocking that mohawk. I love that. Love that addition. Voice cast has all returned for the main ones. Magneto in his proper suit, as he did lead the team in the comics at that point. I'm very much looking forward to that. I've heard some chatters like, so no Professor X. Well, watch the series. He's not there at the end. He's gone into space. He's on the moon with Steve. So he'll I think he'll eventually come back. If not in the first season, there will be a season 2 of this.
yeah, I mean I think so.
I love that they said a new addition to X-Men 97. It's Sunspot, Cable, Bishop, Nightcrawler. I was like, most of those, if not all of those, were...
Even Sunspot, I don't remember him having a speaking part,
Yeah.
maybe once, but he was definitely like... Because like when they were in Genosha, they would do all these like scenes in the background with just tons of different mutants and stuff, and Sunspot was definitely one of them there.
Yep. Mr. Sinister is coming as a villain. Callisto, Emma Frost, Sebastian Shaw. All of them are confirmed to be antagonists and villains in this series. So
I'm excited for it. My wife told me she's going to watch the animated one with me, which she knows the song. She's seen random episodes, but she's never truly watched it. So we'll definitely be throwing that on and probably starting it sooner than later and just kind of working it in between other shows.
yeah,
I'm very excited for that one. We're doing our retro on the Geekverse, so
I heard that announcement. That's exciting.
Yes, I'm very excited because I think that was the first thing I actually ever put on Disney Plus was the X-Men 97, and I watched like the first chunk of it,
Same.
and then for whatever reason just didn't keep going. But this is just a good motivator to keep going with it too.
And hearing
it's continuation, which is just crazy.
Yeah, and hearing, is it official that it's on there properly in chronological order? Has anyone checked that out?
Yes.
Yeah, as of the last
Travis
couple days,
checked
it's
it.
supposed to be on there now. Yeah.
Nice.
It's so weird. They just didn't have that in the first place.
It's
It's just a bug or something, or like
Yeah, probably, but I mean, they had a thing with the Spider-Man from the 90s where for a while, where all the different seasons were listed in one season. So it was like one season of 100 episodes or whatever. And I mean, I think they got all that stuff fixed now, but I don't know. I guess we can just call it growing pains because, relatively new service. Probably should have had it fixed before now, but I'm glad it got taken care of.
And I'll tell you what, just there's an amazing book out there looking at the series written by the showrunners, all the stuff, and hearing how the show ended, not necessarily how they wanted it to end in this way. My goodness, what a great gift that even if they get just a couple of seasons, they get to not only possibly do some things they were planning, but also now have the ability to do things they never dreamed of doing in the show, and being the one to put the X-Men back in the MCU multiverse.
Yeah, and I'm still hoping kind of that one of these what if seasons we'll see some of these X-Men in it.
Yeah, but I think that's all the animation, Brent.
What if zombies, Spider-Man, Groot,
Yep.
X-Men.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. Awesome. Well, that is all we got. Kirklin, you got any last minute thoughts before we kind of officially end the cast?
not at all. I'm glad I was able to join for the tail end of it.
Yeah, thanks for coming back in.
Thanks for coming back.
Absolutely.
So,
Thanks for having me, guys.
As always, tell people how they can follow you.
They can find me on the GeekVerse podcast page. You can also find me on Twitter at Kirklin Patzer. And yeah, that's all I'll plug here today.
Awesome. Brent?
Yeah, Brentak Prime on Twitter and TikTok, and that's where I hang out.
Yep. Then you can follow me on Twitter at Chris Balga. You can follow my other show, World's Finest True Believers, at Finest Believers. You can follow this show at Marvel 8 Podcast and at GUA Pod Network. All DM us, fact or fiction us. Let us know what you're excited about. We're going to have a lot of stuff to talk about in the fallout from all these announcements next week in our proper. Thank you, everyone from Geekverse, joining us for this, letting us all cross over and do that. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Stay safe out there, everyone. And as Stan the Man would say, Excelsior, true believers.